Está gostando desse vídeo? Clica agora no like. Ficamos muito felizes.
Does anybody want a Polish farmyard impression? Come on, somebody must want a Polish farmyard impression. I'm not even asking for any money. Go on, I'll tell you. It's get off that fucking tractor in Polish. Well, guys, I've dropped the link, as you do. Who we got in the house? Erin. Hi, Erin. How you doing? Always welcome. Pastor. We got Pastor in the house. Pastor. Oh, have I got an echo? Oh, tell me now. Is there a problem? Oh, is it amateur hour? I thought I turned everything off. No, it's not Mrs. Dodger. I don't know. Is it bad? Hi, Bert. Hi, Mr. Burr. We've got Plastic Hotel. Hi, Plastic. Hi, Green. The shroom in the house. Shroom. Yeah, you guys are up late. My word. Timepiece fun. JB. Always there, man. It's always good to hear from you. Yeah, I just noticed. I didn't know he's going to be doing it. I didn't know. Is it bad of me? Is this a rebel stream? Or is he rebel streaming me? Who was there first? I don't know.
You were.
Oh, I was. Thanks, Mrs. Dodge. Hey up, Erin. Hope you're all right. Hey, Plastic. How you doing, man?
Yeah, mate, can't stay long. Trying to say quick hello, and thought you were fantastic on the. I thought it was a great show, and you got your point across really well. So good.
Yeah, I just want to, because if a mistake's made, I'm prepared to put my hand up to it.
Just hang in there. Just hang in there and just keep rolling. I think consistency is all people want. So it's like for me, it's hard because I've got a couple of spots a week. I can do it, and then I can't. So I'm trying to lock in Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays for an hour here or there. But I think you're pretty consistent, and Green Room's really consistent. So I think that helps Archie a lot, And then once Rocco gets back on dry land, so to speak, he can consistently stream as well. So I think that's all anyone can hope for, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's just all over the place. I just put your mic up because I know you're having to keep quiet, so I've just upped your mic.
Yeah, I just want to say a quick hello and say good day to you.
Yeah, sure. It's nice.
You're amazing what you're doing, and you're just a real good salt the earth guy, and everyone's loves listening to you, mate. I can easily go to sleep watching the show, but unfortunately I can't. I've got to sort of log off and head up and get the kids to bed. School holidays are coming to an end here, mate. So
proper Rolex man, family first, mate. Family first.
Yeah, time to start putting away all their electronic devices and getting ready for school. It's coming up in a couple of days, so it's getting a bit tricky. I went and saw that Batman movie today. Have you seen that?
No, is it any good?
Mate, out of 5, I give it 3 plastics.
Okay, it's worth watching.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it comes out for free.
I thought it was a bit long, but if you like the genre and if you like the storylines, it's pretty good.
Cool. I'll give it a go.
Another good movie I saw was The Duke the other day. I took my missus to see that. It's a good English movie about the theft of the Duke of Wellington painting back in the 60s. Yeah.
Even more cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I give that one about solid, 4 plastics out of 5 for that one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, mate. Well, you get to the family, and I hope you're not wearing that mask when you go upstairs to the kids.
No, I only wear it. No. I do take it off when I go to bed.
Good man. So it might stick. You might wake up. There was
remember the reason I wear it. The reason I wear it. Yeah, well, I wear it because I'm severely disfigured. I've got many scars and warts, and like
Oh
I've
no,
got no
I've
nose.
seen the
Yeah,
pictures, mate.
you've seen it. It's enough to
Terrible.
make your hair. It's
Yeah,
enough to
yeah, I
make.
agree. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I have to wear
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's definitely an improvement, mate. Definitely.
It is an improvement. So. Keep up, mate. I love you. Keep
Yeah, you
going, doing
take
what you're
care.
doing. Hang in there, and you're doing great. And
Fantastic.
talk to you later, man. See you, buddy.
See you, mate. I've only just realised I'm just a little bit late for all my Aussie friends. I thought that somebody else might have done a show earlier, see, so I chose this slot. But I was trying to, I've left it a bit late for all my Aussie friends. Sorry about that, guys. So enjoy the banter. So, because Dodger never has any content prepared. And before we start, I'm just going to say, I was expected to talk about watches. No, we're going to do those. Are plenty of very, very good watch shows. People who know what they're doing when it comes to watches. So this is just Dodger's little den. It's all about the chat, a bit of gossip, I suppose. Talking of which, do you want the Channel Tunnel story where I was halfway across the channel on the other half of the trip back to Poland? Or do you want the story of a drunkard that fell in the river? So it's the river or the channel. English Channel, that is. No? Okay, so I'll choose. So, the other night, this is the day after I'd had a 27-hour trip back to Poland. Got back into the house about 4 a.m. Managed to sleep only for a few hours because I had some things to do. So, after only 3 hours sleep, me and Mrs. Dodge, for whatever reason, probably down to streams or something, we were up at 2 in the morning. So there's a big knock on the door. Well, actually, the bell came first at the back because I've got one of these bells. You sort of pull a string on it, and it goes ding, 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 ding. And I could feel bells ringing, but I thought it was my tinnitus, to be honest. There's a bell ringing in the back, and it must be my tinnitus. Next thing I know is the doorbell's going off frantically. Ding, 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 ding. I said, hang on, what's going on? And opens the door, and there's this, I know now, 72-year-old guy, absolutely soaking, dripping onto the floor. Absolutely dripping, he was. He was shaking like a leaf. He could barely walk. I just thought, come on. I knew there was something wrong. I was just thought, I'll bring him in. I'll bring him in the house. I shouted up to Mrs. Dodger, who was in bed by then. I said, Mrs. Dodger, come, bring towels. And she's probably wondering what the hell was going on. So anyway, I lay a load of towels on my sofa. And I get to sit the guy down, and he's shaking like a leaf, shouting for an ambulance. Call the ambulance, call the ambulance. So I didn't have a clue who he was, what had happened, nothing. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd only had 3 hours sleep, God knows what, in 2 days. And I ended up with this guy falling in the blooming river. Thing was, he was a bit pissed. His medication was nowhere to be found. It's apparently somewhere else. He was living in a hostel about 100 kilometres away. And he left there because of some kind of row and left his case with all his tablets somewhere else. And anyway, the Paris came. Some of you guys might have seen it. Anyway, they did what they could for him. They took his blood pressure was through the roof. He has other issues. They gave him some tablets and a few rapid blood pressure relief things, injections in his backside, that type of thing. It's all right. Me and Mrs. Dodge swiftly left the room. And basically, they hung around for about half an hour or so just to make sure his blood pressure was straight again. And said, oh, right, that's it. Bye. Yeah, that was it. Mrs. Dodge, wasn't it? Bye. And we look at each other. Yeah. The next thing I know, they didn't actually come into the kitchen because we were being polite, got to respect the man's privacy. We were hiding in the kitchen so that, his nether regions weren't on this, we weren't interfering with his nether region. They're just out the front door. Oh, Mrs. Dodge checked the front door. We didn't lock it after they went. The door's been open for 2 days, or whatever it is. Oh, lock it now. Even I forgot to lock it. Jesus. So they were out, gone. That's it. This is the Polish way. Gone. Your problem. Can't call the police. They won't do anything. Nowhere else to ring. What do you do? So, well, the only thing we do. Oh, yes, a bit of a story. I did manage then to wangle out of him that he was working up at the palace for a guy up at the palace up the road. Now, there's this knockdown old piece of shite that's called the palace. Well, it's not. It's just in there. It's basically got 4 brick walls. This guy had bought this place at the end of communism for $1. Yeah, the idea is if you buy these big rundown palaces, you've got to renovate them. Basically, you got it for $1. The trade is you renovate it. So this guy's been renovating this in quotes palace for 25 years. So apparently he'd been working up there, and he said he was alone working up there. Paramedics said, well, there's no way anybody should be working alone, especially up there. There's no running water, there's no electricity. He's been up there for a week or something, apparently. And he said there's nobody there, and he was trying to get back to the main town, which is about 100 kilometres away. I said, well, how are you going to do that? He said, well, he was playing with his phone and said, well, I'm going to get a taxi. I said, you do know that a taxi will cost you 500 zloty. To put that into some context, his pension every month is 1,100 zloty. So, yeah, not like he'll have 500 zloty in his pockets. His trousers were torn. You could see through to his underwear, through his trousers. He stank, thank Mr. Dodge. Yeah, stank of beer and piss. Jesus Christ. Good job we put the towels down on the sofa. Anyway, Mrs. Dodge is a slight guy, no way he'd fit any of my clothes. So Mrs. Dodge got him some of the sweatpants and what have you. We took him up to the bedroom. He got changed. Then he called me up there saying he wants a bowl of water to wash his feet. Well, I looked at his feet and then, oh God, they were totally black. The stink in the bedroom. Oh, I was heaving, actually heaving. So I thought, oh, sod this. I'll get some of these warm socks, these insulators. So I put these on. And he put the other clothes on, got all the wet clothes that weighed a ton. I mean, they were absolutely soaked. It's a good job he got himself out of the river, because he'd have been the second guy drunk this year that's drowned in the river. You have about 5 drunks a year die one way or the other through accidents around here every single year. So he'd have been the second drowning. Normally they're just hypothermia or a mix of drowning and hypothermia. But he's the second drowning that we've had in the village this year, or over the winter season. Anyway, get him up to bed. I know some of you guys are a bit worried about, got a strange person in the house, you never know. So I give Mrs. Dodge a nice can of pepper spray to take to bed with her. And I've got my clothes on anyway. I kept my clothes on. I'm a son of a soldier of the Polish Second Corps. My dad always taught me, well, when in action, always be prepared. So went to bed, fully clothed for about 2.5 hours. Next thing I know, he's shouting and shouting and shouting for me. So I bring him downstairs. You have to watch him. He's so unsteady on his feet. He's obviously sobered up quite a bit. He'd sobered up, so I brought him downstairs. I thought, shit, what am I going to do? Right, I was going to go and ring Rishek. This is the guy who bloody owns the palace. And it turns out that this Rishek guy that runs the palace, owns the palace, or whatever he thinks he does, was there all the time. He said, I'll be down in 20 minutes. Oh, shit, you're up there. Because I'd have rang him at 2 in the morning, if not. And I could have got rid of this guy at 2 in the morning, not bloody 8 o'clock in the bloody morning. So, anyway, apparently this guy had been he's 72, he's an ex-plumber. So, apparently he'd been working up at the palace installing radiators. The backstory when Rishek came was that he'd apparently run out of booze, and because it was a holy day, it's Easter, you're not allowed to drink. You didn't feed him any booze. But it transpires this guy up the hill, right? There's 2 guys working, him and another one. And I think they had a row. That's why he left and went hunting for booze and fell in the river eventually. Why he has to fall into the river outside my house? Don't ask me. Or maybe somebody pointed their stupid English. They'll look after you. I don't know. So, anyway, what this guy does, right? Listen to this. Listen, I just, I thought this sort of shit was over. He goes round, goes to a city about 30 kilometres away, asks about people, finds homeless, drunken people, takes them to this place called the Palace, and then just basically keeps them there as slaves for alcohol, working just for the booze. And how sick is that? And I said to him, I said, this guy is not capable of working. He's beyond that. The paramedics said he's a very, very sick man. You can't do this. And he's all sheepish and arsey and, well, mixture of arsey and sheepish and everything. But this guy goes to, he goes to bloody church every Sunday, and he's like, oh, it's Easter. But he's a slave trader. The guy is a slave trader. So we're going to give it a day. What I'm going to do is take one of my Polish is okay, but I need to do it quietly. I'm going to go up there. This guy left, you see, in the night for some reason. He never said he was going to go back there. He wanted to go to the city. So I'm going to take a friend of mine. I'm going to go up there just to see what's going on and try and have a word with this guy and see if he's not bloody trapped. He's not, doesn't feel trapped there, enslaved or whatever it is. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it's just really bad, isn't it, to do that? Using other people in that kind of way, vulnerable people. Hey, well, I finished the story. We've got Kenny. We're going to try and. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Dodger. Oh, I was just listening to that, just thinking.
Ugh. I was just hoping. I'm glad you came on because I need to brighten up the chat. Cause it's a bit gloomy, that story.
I mean, it was pretty sad that this guy was all messed up, and then you added that bit up at the palace, and I'm like, holy shit!
I know, it's awful. But I've lent this guy money in the past when he's been in the shit.
God, you wouldn't think there'd be people like that still existing, would you?
I'm not lending him any more bloody money, I'll tell you that now.
No way. Unbelievable.
You can piss off. He always paid late anyway, as the way it goes. Jesus. He kind of breeds Aberdeen Angus cattle up there, It's been always good with me. He always brings me some meat, but I do have to pay for it. That's not for free. So I just bought some sirloin steak off him, backpacked sirloin steak. So that's aging. That's aging in the refrigerator. I need to pay him for that actually. But it's sick.
But if he's doing that to people, I mean, that is just not good.
It is, isn't it? It's sick. Hello. Whoops. We're having an argument here. Hang on.
Hey,
hi Archie.
Hey, what's happening? Tell me the story. Who's the guy who's getting taken advantage of? I don't understand the story.
A guy had fallen. There's a guy last night at 2 a.m.
I know. He fell in the water.
He fell in the river.
Yeah.
So basically, the paramedics came. They got his blood pressure.
I know.
Through the roof. They brought all that down. They sorted it out, injections, etc. They said that's all we can do. He's not actually hypothermic now. We're off by. They shot out the door.
Yeah.
So I put the guy to bed.
Yeah.
But it transpires he's been working at this palace up the hill for this guy, this Polish guy.
I wouldn't call it work.
Yeah, he's been effectively enslaved. He's found him in the city, brought him up in the middle of nowhere to stick radiators on the wall because he used to be a heating engineer.
Yeah.
And so he's effectively, I don't think it's the first time, he's got another guy there. And all he does is pays them in beer and alcohol.
And accommodation and food.
Yeah, but Archie, I mean, how much is that? I mean,
yeah.
It's still sick, isn't it?
So what can you do? You see, you guys don't have an authority. If you were in England, you could dob him into wages, and like in Australia, we got fair work.
Yeah.
Fair work. You go to fair work. Like, I'll tell you a story. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, sure.
I worked at this big American corporate, and they used to use this Korean cleaning. They used to have this Korean girl who used to clean, right? And I was always friendly with people. And what happened was, this girl, you wouldn't believe this story, she actually was training the new person. The new person cut themselves, right? and she filled in for another 2 weeks. I thought, what the fuck? That's not her problem that this new person cut themselves. That's not my problem. I'd fuck off. I'm anyhow. Then it transpires. So she stayed an extra 2 or 3 weeks. They didn't pay her the last couple of weeks' money. So she came to me and said, "Do I know anything about what should I do?" I said, "Don't worry, I'll handle it for you because I'm a fixer. See, Todger, I'm a fixer."
Yeah.
So what I did is I rang up the master franchise and said, "Look, you fucking cunts. You either fucking pay her or I'm going to go to Fair Work and they will go through you like sacks of salts. They will go through all your franchises and they will fucking, believe you me," I said, "you better fucking pay her before the day is over." Right? Because I know how to treat people. You know what I mean? Then she rings me and says to me to stop putting pressure on them. Her boss is so upset. I said, "Well, you asked me to solve it. I didn't break his fucking legs. I got the money for you." But that she got angry at me then. Can you believe that?
Crazy, mate. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can backfire on you when you think you're doing. So I'm thinking of taking a girlfriend of mine, she's a native Polish speaker, and try and find out if he's there, if he's trying to escape and he's there against his will. If he is, I'll get him out of there. I'll give him some money and I'll take him to where he wants to go.
Yeah, why don't you could you speak Polish, don't you?
Yeah, but the nuances of it sometimes, and especially when they're drunk, I can't understand the drunk. You're in a slurring.
Yeah, so why don't you? Yeah, that's a good idea. Go and take her there and just say, "Hey, do you need to get out? Do you want to get out?"
Yeah, she
Let
can
us
have a
know.
quiet word. I can keep this guy busy, and she can have a quiet word with this guy.
Yeah, because it's not nice to see human trafficking, is it? That's what it is.
No, that's why I see it. Yeah, I know he's getting accommodation, and even the paramedics said it's not good enough. I said there's no electric there. You have to go and chuck a bucket down a 30-foot well and draw it all the way up. They're quite heavy, believe it or not. It's a bit of work getting a bucket out of a 30-foot well. It really is. Pulling it by hand.
Holy shit, Dodger.
It's not good there.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Ken, that scotch was amazing. That Signet.
Yeah. How much did you drink of that Signet?
Look. To be honest with you, me and Jerry, look. We drank a bit. We had 2 big nips, 2 30ml nips each. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But that was a gift because I couldn't afford to buy that. That's $250 on special.
Yeah, $250 bottle. Yeah.
It was fucking incredible.
It's nice. Did you get lots of chocolate on it?
Yeah, it had some really just smooth. It was. I think it's much better than Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh, it's a million times better than Johnny Walker Blue. That Signet is a combination of a Cadbull estate, which is actually a farm that Glenmorangie own, and I've got one of their Cadbull estate releases, and it's very creamy.
It was incredible. It was incredible. The flavors. Look, we had a few things. We had the Glenfiddich 15 beforehand, and we had the Aberlour 12.
Yep.
And then we had that Signet. I mean, it's a class above, you know what I mean? But there's no point. I've got to tell you, Dodger, you know what? There's no fucking point hogging this stuff. They're given to me as gifts. What am I going to do? Drink them when I'm 70?
No, drink the March. That's what I do. I drink it. That's why there's no scotch.
That's all the whiskey I have. They're all open. They're not for looking at.
Because, I mean, let's face it. What's the fucking point, really? You know what I mean? What is the point?
Enjoy it while you can. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
It's funny you say that. I got a friend of mine who's just been he's going into palliative care. He's on the way out. Yeah, and people who have cellars and that what's the point of having cellars if
you can't take it with you?
You know, what are you going to do? The kids. I know one guy who's got a cellar. He's been told he's not allowed to drink. What does he do? You know?
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, I have back in the UK got a rack of port going back to 1970, whatever. But that's there really as an investment as opposed to, because I don't like port. But I bought these bottles for special dates. And they're
I'll just be a minute, guys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so apart from that, I drink all the booze. Apart from the booze I don't like, the only stuff that's left in there is like gin and stuff like that I don't like. But yeah,
Don't
drink
like
all the
gin?
wine, drink
I
all the
like
scotch.
gin.
Oh, it's a long story. My 21st, I got.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
I
The
thought I
typical
could
thing why
drink.
people don't like a certain
Oh,
spirit, they
so
get
sick.
OD'd on the shit. Yeah.
I really OD'd. That's
Yeah.
the most sick I have ever been in my entire life. Disaster.
We've all been
So
there.
embarrassing.
You're not a true adult until you've been in that situation.
I've never been
At
in.
least once.
Yeah, that's the once and the only time in my life I've ever been that bad. And Ken, it was as bad as it gets, but it was bad because it was in front of my friends, my family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
been
shame.
there, done
And
that.
the next day, the walk of shame was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. I've done the old made my own pizza, and as in bringing a lot of alcohol up after eating a
Yeah.
meal, having and drinking way too much, and making a pizza, and waking up in a garden in some front of somebody's house that you don't even know where the hell you got there or whose place it is or some gutter. Anyway, all those stories.
Well, it was worse if I could be honest. Things went wrong both ends.
Oh, yep, that can happen. That can happen.
But I think that happened as I was unconscious and I woke up in
Oh, yeah. I almost had that situation when I did a 20-hour stream, and I forgot that YouTube kills the stream after 12 hours.
Oh, shit,
so I'd been drinking for 12, and I had a pizza, and I'd been drinking for 20 hours, and all of a sudden I had this massive stomach cramp. And I wasn't even drunk. Like I obviously had been drinking. I was under the influence of quite a bit of alcohol, but I wasn't legless or anything. I was perfectly coherent and able to have a conversation. And all of a sudden I had these massive stomach cramps, and I thought, oh my God, what the hell's going on? And these massive cold sweats just started. I was just unbelievable. Like I was in a sauna. And I thought, oh God, what's going on? I went to stand up, and I literally just passed out. It must have been from the pain or whatever. And then I came to after a few seconds. And then I was like, uh-oh, I need to go to the toilet. So my digestive system had a massive, And then
have you ever noticed it's always a sweet corn that never gets processed?
Yeah,
any accidents
corn,
always involve sweet corn for some bizarre
corn,
reason.
nuts, and carrots. You always get the carrots is when you throw up. Corn is when it comes out the other end.
Oh yeah, or chilies. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
chilies. That always doesn't get processed.
Yeah.
Orange Grove.
Yeah.
I am also a big fan of the Yellow Spot Irish whiskey, which is finished in Malaga. That's masala. That's delicious. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I just noticed the leads. I wrote Shane's White Gelt in the chat. No response yet. He's only got I need to check in. How many people is over on the that place? It was 7 the last time I checked. And that's down to 4.
I did make a promise to a friend of mine that I would avoid drama, so I am.
I'm avoiding drama.
This is my avoiding. I'm avoiding drama face.
Yeah. Yep.
Avoiding drama.
No more drama.
Not throwing all it.
So I know you don't like the gin, but I do like a G&T, and I totally understand why you can't touch it again. I got this new Tanqueray, which is finished in blackberry, which is quite tasty. It's like a blackberry smoothie.
I've got to say, in Poland, they make some really cracking bimber, homemade stuff. They get this. You can buy this 100% alcohol. It's called spiritus. What they use is
I've got some.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course we did. We had a show off, didn't we? Showed each other.
Yeah, I got some, and I got some homemade stuff because my mate, his wife is Polish,
cherries,
and so his
nuts.
family.
Yeah.
I was really surprised because it was 97%, and I thought, okay, this is going to be rocket fuel. It's really smooth.
Well, be careful; it can put you in hospital. My uncle made a mistake.
Oh shit! I only have little sips when I have it because I know this will put you in your ass. Yeah.
My uncle made a mistake. He thought he was drinking normal vodka, and then he was told it was spiritus. He was just because I don't know if you know Poles, we're drinking shots. There's no saving your drink in Poland. It's
Nope.
a shot glass to the top, and there's drive you
Boom.
puff
Done.
straight
Yep.
down. You might have a herring, pickled herring or something in between, and then shot glass. But shot after shot after shot. I think after 6 shots, somebody said, "Watch out, that's the spiritus bottle." He was there outside in the garden, pouring water down his neck, trying to dilute
Oh
it.
God.
Because you do. I mean, it can seriously cause you a problem, put you at hospital, give you brain damage.
Oh, it will. It will. Yeah, you have too much of that. 97%. I mean, come on, that is some serious alcohol.
It is, yeah. But it's better, you get some cherries. You're supposed to test it, but generally, if you put cherries in, put the spiritus in, the liquid from the cherries it dilutes it enough, but it's still strong.
Yeah.
It's still very
No,
strong.
the couple times I've only had it was just a little sip, just a couple little sips, and that's enough. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Dodger, there's a festival here. We went to the festival, and for whatever reason, she started drinking the bimber, and within a few shots, she was totally gone. When it was time to go, well, because the steering wheel's on the wrong side of the car in Europe. She probably went round and she sat on the taxi driver. She actually opened the door and sat on it.
Nice.
Oh, that was so funny.
Tony, yes,
not
most
watching.
definitely. All my gins and musket mules and stuff like that, it's always fever tree. So yeah, with that gin that elderflower, like the elderflower and the Indian and the light Indian, plus the Mediterranean. So yeah, and the ginger beer, the ginger ale, always fever tree, most definitely. Stock rum does that to me when you have enough stock rum. It'll tank you. Yep.
My word. Yeah, I have tons of elderflower here. I just haven't had a chance to get round to using it because I'm usually busy with the nuts and the apples and all the berries,
Yep.
Flower just seems like a something to get to.
There's always things we've got to get to.
Yeah. So how people make it. But I've also got wine. I've got grapes here that grow around the place. So there's quite a crop of grapes. So the neighbour takes them in the wheelbarrow and he makes the wine. Trouble is, he bottled it. He gives me X bottles, and he keeps X bottles. But 3 of them exploded. They must still, because he's adamant he will not use. What you call it to kill the yeast, the chemical to stop the process.
So it's still going. He's not stopping it.
Yeah. Well, of course, these bloody bottles have exploded. But what I've been doing is collecting some of these really thick cider bottles. The ones with the bung on the top. You click it down.
Yep.
So I'm hoping they ain't going to explode. But I'm also going to try and use the apples. Because again, the apples, they just end up going in the pit. And then the wild boar come down and eat them. And they choke
They
the
get
grass.
drunk. Yep.
But this year I'm going to try and make, I don't know if it'll turn into
apple cider.
Well, I don't know how you make cider. I was just going to put the apple juice into these bottles and see where I get.
Well, you put a bit of yeast in it, put some sultanas in it with some natural sugar, and off you go.
Okay.
You could always make some mead. You can make some mead. No, you don't have to put sugar in. You can just put sultanas in it.
Right.
Because that's the natural sugar, and the yeast will eat that.
Okay. Well, I might do half and half. I might have, because last time I tried to make wine, I ended up with bloody vinegar. Don't ask me where I went wrong. I think I picked the grapes too early, and I did something else wrong. Maybe I didn't put enough sugar in the yeast.
What type of grapes?
I couldn't tell you what they are because they were here already growing. White and red mix. I've got whites and reds.
Okay.
There's about 4 wheelbarrowfuls. 4 barrowfuls. So, not bad considering it's growing wild. I mean, they're not in proper, tended or anything. The vine just grows around the house and over the lean-to and here, there and everywhere. There's a vine. Just go around collecting them.
Get crushed apples, a few dead spiders, some yeast, and you're on the way. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, you got to have dead things in. I used to have the raw cider. For lunch. I used to have the raw cider. The proper cider, and I used to have a chili con carne as well, hot chili. It used to be fantastic. I used to have that every lunch. about 3 pints of cider and a chili con carne, and then you ended up doing nothing for the rest of the afternoon. It used to be
Nice.
pretty good.
So when
But
you
I do
when
like
you drink,
cider.
yeah, I don't like cider. I have a problem. I like everything. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's just gin, and probably some vermouths, and I don't know, some of the girly drinks I don't like.
Yeah,
That was it.
I like
It was scrumpy.
vermouth. I like chartreuse. I like mead. I like wine, red wine, white wine. I like rum, mezcal, beer, whiskey, obviously, but yeah, everything.
Oh, what about that white stuff you get in Greece? Where it goes white, doesn't it? When you, Pernod, like Pernod. I don't like
Yeah,
Pernod.
Pernod. Yeah, I
You
don't
like
mind
the
that.
Pernod?
Yeah.
No, it's too.
I like a bit of everything.
Pernod reminds me of medicine, really. It's like some of the old medicines used to take.
Yeah, some have a medicinal type stuff, but yeah, no, I like everything.
I'm trying to think of that medicine that used to
Ouzo,
have.
Shoshu, Ouzo, yep, all good stuff.
Ouzo, yeah. Aniseed, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't like the aniseed taste.
Yeah, that is a divisive thing. Some people don't like aniseed.
Yeah.
I like it. It's tasty.
All right,
Boulevardier.
Boulevardier, is it? Hey, Boulevardier?
Boulevardier.
Oh, Boulevardier, sorry, yeah. Is that French?
Tried cider and Bailey's yesterday. Wow, what a combo. Yeah, Bailey's goes with heaps of stuff.
Didn't they say there's something you can't drink with the Baileys because it makes it solidify? Somebody said, if it's an old wives' tale, somebody said, don't drink this after you've had Baileys because it solidifies it. I don't know, it's probably not, can't remember. It'll come to it.
I know if you have too much Bailey's, it'll curdle in your stomach and make you pretty crook.
Baileys is kind of nice with some coffee.
Yeah, too much ouzo can F you up. Too much of anything will F you up. Yeah.
That's like the Metaxa 4-star for brandies. He's the XO. Dodgers wallet's always cheap. Metaxa 4-star used to be fantastic. With a coffee, sitting out, watching everybody go by when I'm on holiday. Reminds me of holiday every time I drink Metaxa.
Nice.
Top job, isn't it? Have you had a chance to do any more photography? You got anybody out giving them any astronomy lessons or anything lately?
Well, I'm about to move house and I'm going to start doing. I actually got a tour booked. I'm actually going to do. I think they're doing an article about tourism here in the States, so astrotourism. So that's pretty cool. And then I got a couple of corporate jobs I need to do, but yeah, no photography just for myself at the moment. I'm waiting for a decent storm to kick in. It's been very dry in the storm season the last couple of years.
Right.
But it is astronomy season. Well, it's a full moon today because it's Sunday. So there's no astronomy to be done, unfortunately. But it is Milky Way season, so I'm hoping to do some astronomy soon.
Hey, Ken, so there won't be any shooting stars tonight then?
Oh, fuck.
Got yeah.
Yep. It's one of my pet
peeves. Triggered.
It is a trigger. That and when people say, "Oh, so you're into astrology?" I'm like, "No."
Oh yeah,
I'm
astrology.
into
That's
reality,
not
not
you're into
fantasy.
astrology. Oh god, how bad's that? There's only 12 things in astrology. There's only 12 things you have to remember, and that's it, isn't there?
Yes.
Then you can make up every day. You can make something up, can't you?
You can make anything up. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
And the other one is
Capricorn's going to shit on your head today. Oh, what's a shame.
Yeah, Capricorn with a Virgo rising on a something moon, and it's like, yeah.
That's it. So you only got 12 things to remember. Mix it all in there, and you can make money. I mean, people have whole TV sections on reading people's astrology.
Oh, it's in the paper. It's on the TV.
Yeah. God, blimey.
And like NATO's saying, yeah, Easter is lunar. That's why it's a full moon today, because full moon always falls on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
the
Easter Sunday falls on the full moon. Which is stolen from the Norse Viking fertility festival, where they would worship Freya. That's where it's stolen from.
Is it Orthodox is a week later? Something to
Correct.
do with the calendar not being different. I don't know.
Yep. Because you got the Julian calendar and then the Gregorian calendar. So
And the Gregorian, that's it. Julian and
Yep.
Gregorian calendars, which are different, and they never changed.
No,
And the Chinese never assimilated, so they've got a different calendar as well, haven't they?
the lunar calendar. Yep. So that's why the Chinese New Year is on the what is it? The second full moon in the month or something like that. That's why it always falls around February, March.
But all this around the world stuff really is interesting, isn't it? It's interesting to know different cultures have all these different little nuances and things going on. You get to learn.
That's
all
fascinating. It's fascinating, and then when I show people astronomy stuff, because even the like you got the lunar stuff, and then you've got the patterns in the sky, which we obviously call constellations. So there's 88 common constellations that the Western Hemisphere knows, and they all have their stories, which are based in Arabic, most of them, with Arabic names for the stars and the constellations and stuff. And then you got Japan's got something different, and then China's got something different, and then Taiwan's got something different, Korea's got something slightly, and they've all got little stories with the stuff, and like the native Aboriginals here, they've got their own stories, so they've all got different stories with the different patterns that they've had throughout time, and it's all been passed down generation to generation. It's pretty fascinating.
Absolutely. Ken, I've just been trying to keep the chat involved. Are we missing some questions? Did you answer Turkey Vulture about the camera?
Try that Nikkor 58 Nox lens. Oh, I'd like to, but I'm a Canon boy, but I have used Nikon and other people's Nikons. But yeah, that Nikkor is a nice lens, a very nice lens. Very difficult to get anything in focus being at that aperture, but yeah, very nice Turkey. Yeah, the Noctua lenses and the Zeiss lenses, there's some sexy gear. You're talking dirty, Turkey. You're talking dirty. I like it. Keep it up.
Well, hang on. Can I show you something? You're not asking photography questions, do you? Hang on.
Always happy to talk.
Astronomy,
photography.
I'm as good with cameras as I am with watches.
I know enough just to be dangerous. Definitely not an expert. Nikkors are heavy and huge compared to the Leica. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Those Zeiss lenses and the Nokia lens, they're all heavy beasts. That's what you want, though, in a nice lens like that.
See, I've got two of these things, the same.
Yep.
It's all it is. It's a. Don't worry, it's not as impressive as maybe it looks. It's
person
Nikon
behind it.
D5000.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. Person behind it, that's what counts, not the thing in front of your eyeball.
Now, it does video, but I think only 720p. But I can't work out how to record the video off it. I guess, I don't know. How to,
you have to go into a movie mode, or I'm not too familiar with that model. Some you go into live view and then you hit the record button. Like there'll be at the back, there'll be like a red button.
Yeah.
That's usually the record button.
And then try and put it through. So I was hoping, obviously you can see what I'm doing. If I do try and do some presenting or something.
Oh, you want to use it live, not record video. You want to record live.
Yeah, like stream, if there's a watch.
You want to stream it. Yeah. So if you want to, So if you want to do it live, you'll need. There is some software you can use that Nikon came out. It's the same time that Canon bought out their software when the pandemic started and everyone wanted to use when there was a massive shortage for camcorders and stuff like that. They brought out some software. So there is one for Nikon and there is one for Canon, which allows you to actually stream with your camera. As long as it's got live view, that's usually the limiting factor. I'm not sure about the 5000. The other way is if they're very old and they don't have video or live function, then you might not be able to do it. If it's got HDMI out, which I'm doubting, you can use a very cheap USB HDMI capture card and then plug it into your computer.
Hang on, that's an idea, isn't it? It has got HDMI out. It's got these.
There you go. If it's got HDMI out, yep, you just need a HDMI to. Yep, there you go. Boom.
So what? Then you plug that into your laptop or something?
Yep. So you buy like a $15 Amazon HDMI capture card, little USB stick. That's what I use with my couple of cameras, as well as my main camera. And you just put them on and then whack it into your laptop and off you go. It just comes in as a video source. And you can use that in here and you can use it on anything, yeah.
I'm going to go and dig that out in a bit.
Scotchy Ken.
How you doing, mate?
How are you, gentlemen?
I'm doing well. I was a bit sad. I thought I'd missed Aussie Hour, so I was a bit sad. I was a bit sad that I've mucked up. But now you guys are on, which is fantastic.
It's all good. It's about nearly midnight in
right
Australia.
On the east. Which is pretty much Australia, because most of the population is on the east, so us little westerners don't get really counted.
Well, you do have the largest state in Australia, though.
Yeah, with the least amount of people in it. We are the island. We are the island.
True. If you haven't driven across a Nullarbor, you're not an Aussie, right?
No, and if we separated from Australia, the rest of Australia sink because we got all the mining, we got all the minerals, we got the stuff, we got the iron.
You got the good gear.
Yeah,
you got the
diamonds.
You got the old man roos that bounce off the bull bar and through the windscreen and land in the front seat and kick shit out of you until you can pull over and run away from the car. Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, they're ripped, those roos. Jesus
Christ, they're ripped.
I don't know.
We should actually bring that up for the non-Australians who haven't seen that. We should bring that picture of them up.
Yep. It's like they're on roids. It looks like it's. Yep. It looks like TPG ready to head to the rub and tug parlor.
I mean, look at these boys. Look at this. Bring it up. Bring it up, Arch. Bring it up.
Bring her up.
Pull it up, Arch.
Look at these boys. People's Republic of Western Australia. That's it, RJ. Kenemy, WA, hell yeah, NATO. Loose as a goose, and for legal reasons, I stand behind every comment I make. I did see someone. Oh, Hasselblad 97X 50C medium format would be fun to throw on a tripod and shoot landscapes and portraits. I have used a Hasselblad 100 and the 50 and the 60. A mate of mine's had those. I've used them, and the phase 1. I did have a little go with the phase 1 as well, 100 megapixel.
Can you imagine the performance they're getting now with their top-end phones that cost a couple of grand, what they're just going to be like in another 10, 20 years? It's just going to be colossal.
I would have to disagree. Because the only thing that's really changed in phone technology is the software. It's not the actual hardware.
Well, the capacity, the quality of the lens.
No, the lenses are pretty much the same. That all the difference in the hardware is they've added more lenses.
They're building lenses. The periscope lens is phenomenal. How it works.
Yeah. No, that's right. But they've just the technology itself hasn't really increased with the hardware. They've just added more lenses. What's really increased is the processing power. And
look at those blokes. Look at that.
Yeah, look at these guys.
Hey? Can you imagine that coming through your windscreen? Holy mackerel.
These are the big reds. And this is why, like, these are greys.
They stand on their tail and then kick, and then
kick you.
Tear your abdomen open with their back claws and disembowel you. That's the whole idea.
Yep. And kangaroos naturally can reset
pull their cods up into their
back up so they don't get kicked off. Yeah. I mean, he's just a grey. I mean, he's jacked and he's just a grey.
Good God.
He's like, yeah, look at you. Oh, yeah.
He looks like TPG. Well, shouldn't have said that. I'm just saying he looks fit.
I mean, look at him. I'll have you.
Can you imagine those bastards got on the juice and actually worked out? I mean, that's just from bounding around.
That's priceless. And he hasn't worked out a day in his life.
No.
Yeah, good
I'll
old
have some of what
Australia.
he's on.
Yeah, me too. Just natural growth hormones. There's no those same pricks of things, but they taste good.
What you
It's
got,
funny,
Nick?
isn't it? In the United States, their bald eagle is a cherished, bird of prey of the sky, and Russians have the bears and all that. But we just have roos, and we just go out and
Well, we've got bush chooks at the
turn
end
them
here,
into
and we've got
dog
wedgies.
meat.
Well, they make good hamburgers, good steak.
Oh, full of worms and parasites, man.
Well, if you get the shitty ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got it. Bush chooks. We had the Great Emu War.
Do you got the bin chickens over there in WA?
Yeah, there's a few bin chooks. There's not too many, but they are starting to become an influx. And the bloody cockies teaching them each other how to break into the bins. That's
I remember I was out at Julia Creek. Must have been in the late 80s. And I think it was Telecom back then, before it was Telstra, just after PMG. And they have a lot of trouble out there with their cockies and galahs and all that type of thing. And I remember it was halfway between Julia Creek and the Isa. I'm just trying to. It's a curry. That's right, the curry. Yeah. And all the guys carry shotties out there for the PMG because they have to have a thing called bird scare. And what happens is that absolutely tens upon hundreds, if not thousands, of galahs or cockatoos, usually cockies, they rest on the overhead wires, and it just gets heavier and heavier because each bird is a couple of kilos. And if you could imagine hundreds of birds, it's actually another 1,000 kilos on the wire, and it just can't do it. So they have a thing called bird scare, and it's just a 12 gauge shotty, but instead of actually having lead in it, it's just actually got like a signal report in it. So they pull the trigger, and then when it goes out to like 100 meters out, it explodes over the top. Boom, scares all the birds away. But just seeing that at fucking sunset and seeing about 500-600 cockatoos instantly shit themselves as the report goes off, and then fly away, and then see the wire start bouncing, and all you can see is just the sunset sky just turns into raining bird shit. Unbelievable sight.
Yeah, we have the same thing here every year, a couple of times a year. The white cockies come through, and they trash everything. All of the
eat
trees
anything,
get destroyed.
They tear all the bark off
tens of thousands of dollars of damage on roofs, and just strip everything out. And yeah, it's and they do the same thing. They used to do so much stuff they've done. They've had the cull them. Everyone's complained, and then they've used the gas cannons, and then the shot as well. And so yeah, quite often you hear the squawk, and then a bang, and then the racket of the noise, and like you say, just the sky's full of white cockies dropping shit everywhere. And yeah, yep.
Who else is on tonight? Is Arch on tonight?
Arch he popped in. Yep, he's going to come back. I think
he's on mute. And Lux report. Good evening, Lux.
Hey, how's everyone?
Good, thanks. So, Dodger, are you officially Badger now? A half Badger, half Dodger, or a Badger Dodger, or a Dodger Badger, or
Dodger Badger. I don't mind what I'm called. I'm called all sorts of things here. Not to worry. Whatever suits.
You know when you were talking about.
Sorry, Lux.
I was going to say, when you were talking about kangaroos, was it Sovereign that says you turn them into dog meat?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
So when I was in Australia eating kangaroo meat, is that considered not a very good?
No, mate, that's the worst. That's the worst. That is only to suck tourists in, mate.
I disagree with Sol.
Because I thought it'd be healthy because it's wild.
It is very healthy. It's very lean.
It is. Look, it is very lean. There's, as you can see by the guys, there's not much fat on them, but it's not something that you go into a supermarket and you see sitting on the thing. It's a specialty item from specialty butchers.
The supermarket
I used to see it on the supermarket shelves.
Yeah, it's on the supermarket here.
Yeah, not so much where I live.
I was going to say where you live, it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah,
I was in Melbourne.
Yep, and it all depends what roos you get, because there's a whole thing with the health and safety and all that stuff, and what you can do with the with the certain ones that you can allow to harvest and all that jazz.
Well, roos traditionally, like horses, they go to a knackery, and knackeries have different health standards from actually abattoirs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, anything can happen at a knackery. Horrible fucking things happen at a knackery.
What's a knackery? Sorry.
A
Where you have to
knackery,
kill everything.
yeah.
The
So,
Sorry, I
slaughterhouse.
missed it.
The knacker's
You got
yard.
abattoir, which I
The
understand. What's a
slaughterhouse.
knackery?
The slaughterhouse.
So, slaughterhouse,
slaughterhouse.
yeah.
Isn't that
Yes,
the same as
so-
an abattoir?
An
Yep.
abattoirs is under Commonwealth control for hygiene and for humane euthanasia and all that type of thing. Not so much abattoir, not so much knackeries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing everything up for me.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
I must admit, I like crocodile meat. I do like crocodile meat. It's like chicken.
Alligator, because
never
typically you get
tried
alligator and
Oh, sorry, you've got
crocodiles and-
alligators,
yeah.
haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, alligator meat's usually eaten. The crocodile, not so much.
Oh, I must have had alligator. Oh, right. So there's a difference. I must have had alligator when I had it then. If that's the better one.
Well,
It tastes really good.
they prefer eating tourists rather than tourists eating them. Put it that
I
way.
see.
Yeah, well, they'll eat your dog before they eat you. They like doggies more.
They like dogs. They like chooks. They grab you and do the death roll. That's and basically disorientate you, pull you down under, and then rotate you about 7 or 8 times until you're totally fucked up, and then just crunch, you're gone.
Have you ever seen those YouTube? Sorry, Dodger. Have you ever seen those YouTube videos, like in Thailand or some crazy Vietnam or somewhere, and you've got a crocodile like a show, and the guy puts his head inside the mouth of a crocodile, but then once in a while the crocodile actually chomp his head off.
Yep. That's it. Like they always say, don't put your head in a lion's mouth.
See, crocs actually have a very powerful jaw reflex, but they don't have a very powerful opening. So you can actually disable them just by taping their jaw up, right? They don't have much strength to open, but they have massive strength to shut. They'll crack your skull. They'll do anything when it comes down to a shut.
Yeah, the downforce, like
The downforce is immense.
Amazing.
Yeah, but the opening force is negligible, and that's why you just see them. They just wrap a bit of insulation tape around them, and done.
Yep, that's all you got to do.
Yep.
Sorry, Dodger. What was you trying to say before, Dodger? Sorry.
I mean, is it true that you can walk over them like James Bond if they're on a line? You know, you can just sort of step over them. Do you see that?
You'd want to be a fucking game man, put it that way.
Yeah, I'll be.
You don't want to be messing with
no,
them.
thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, these are dinosaurs.
he and the same John and James Bond also turned a lesbian into a heterosexual woman as well within a couple of hours. So, you know.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell us that James Bond is not reality?
Well, Roger Moore.
Well, it's a movie and you really saw it, but that's about as close as it goes.
I mean, none of that's
Yeah.
politically correct now, is it? You couldn't do any of that Roger Moore stuff now, could you? Whoa.
Probably not.
True.
You don't want to mess with the dinosaurs. I mean, those things are dinosaurs.
But I want to get that Rolex with the magnet in it, you know, to do the zippers.
What have you got? Short arms, Dodger?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a bit useful. I always struggle, you know. Then thinking back, you know, the first time you ever take a girl's bra off, you haven't got a clue, have you?
Christ, it was fun. God, yeah. Hey, what's Archie's avatar? What the hell's he got there on his avatar?
I need to look at that. It's Egyptian. I think it's the. I'm trying to remember which god it is. I need to look it up actually, because it's got the disco.
Yeah, some strange things have happened to the background and everything on this channel. This channel's weird.
And Bruce G, are half the men in Australia actually named Bruce? No, that's not true. Probably about 60%.
Oh, it's Thoth.
What, Bruce?
Sirocco has a nice comment for you, Sovereign.
So which beer is most popular in Australia? Because they used to advertise Castle 4X when I was younger as being the most drunk beer in Australia. Is that true, or is it?
Well, every different state has basically their different brewery tastes. So in Queensland, Castlemaine, it used to be Castlemaine Perkins, but it changes hands so many times. I think it's actually owned by the Japanese now. but it's 4X is probably the most
4X, yeah,
popular.
something.
Yeah, is the most popular
Yeah.
brew. Although
Foster's not even owned by Australia.
no, Foster's is only what you think we drink in Australia and the shit we sell overseas because no one's interested over here.
No,
Yeah,
no
it's the
one
same with
drinks it.
Guinness. Irish Guinness is so much better than the Guinness that's serving that's
Yeah,
brewed
yeah.
in the UK.
A lot
So,
of more.
you were talking about bush chooks. That is not the bush chook. The bin chicken. That's the bin chicken. That's Thoth the ibis god.
Yep. And a lot of boutique beers are more taken off now because that sort of Aussie image of it's changed a little bit. Everyone's got a little bit more softer and they're drinking fancier beers these days.
Oh, NATO's drinking an Emu Export Riders beer. Oh, there you go. You can't get much more Aussie than that in the West Coast. Bloody Emu Export, mate.
Where would you say is
Foster's beer was Australian, but it's no longer.
Where would you say is the best place to live in Australia? I've
West
lived in
Australia.
Melbourne. But I didn't quite like Melbourne.
Well, it depends whether you want a tropical climate, whether you want it depends where you come from. If you're from Singapore, you're absolutely not going to mind tropics, Townsville, Cairns, anywhere like that. If you come from a cold climate, you're going to absolutely love Tassie. Australia's got every climate that you can ask for, from barren deserts to alpine peaks. So it just really depends on what your preference is.
Okay. Sure.
Big place.
Yeah. Because who was on the other day? They were asking, can you drive? How far is it from? I think asking Mr. GMT from Uluru, and it's like it's only fucking 2,000 kilometers. It's just down the road. Yeah, so because Mr. GMT's in Darwin, and Ularu's a long way from Darwin, and you guys may know it.
Hey, so
I said you are. G'day, buddy.
Yeah, I've been to Mount Isa. You know Mount Isa?
Yeah, the Isa. Yeah, I know the Isa. Yeah.
I remember I went out there in a turboprop, a Saab turboprop plane.
Excellent. Nice. What did you go out there for? Work?
Yeah, that was for work. And this was before 9/11.
Yes.
And they let me into the cockpit. I could sit in the cockpit for about half an hour.
As it was flying?
Yeah, as it was flying.
Oh.
Because this was before 9/11, 2000. I was actually doing GST rollout. You know, the GST came in,
yes,
Sov.
Yes, I do. I remember that.
I was working for a point of sale. I was working for a point of sale company.
Yeah, POS company.
That sold. I went up to see.
You had to redo all the POSs.
Yeah, I used to work in IT, and they had to add an upgrade to do the GST, because before then they didn't have a GST.
No, it was just sales tax. Yeah.
So I went up there, and I remember I had as a rental. They hired a car for me. I had a Falcon with a manual transmission. And I remember saying to myself, you know what? Should I gun it? Should I take it for a drive? And I thought, you know what? I won't do it. And I slowed down, and then I went past a cop car. How's that?
Yeah, some lonely roads. The last time I went to the Isa, it would have been early 90s. I had to go and pick a mate up who had
I tell you what, it's an eye-opener. You see 3-year-old kids, 3-year-old Indigenous kids on the street at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, yeah. And I remember I went up there to pick a mate up who'd crashed and burned. He was in the public service, and he just it just wasn't for him, and he needed to be rescued. So I took a plane up to the Isa, and I thought, this will be a quiet flight. And this was even before the days of fly in, fly out mining. And I hopped on the plane, and chock a fucking block, just big, 6'4" beefy fucking miners and all that type of thing. And I arrived late, and there was just one seat left, and you couldn't believe it, mate. I was sitting next to 2 fucking Playboy models who were going up to the mines for a bloody Playboy shoot.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yep. I tell you what, I had to sit there for the entire flight with a fucking tray down over my lap because it was a bit embarrassing. Every time they went in an air pocket, it just about went off.
I bet all the big boys in the plane were doing the same thing.
Oh, it was like from Brisbane, it was about like a 3-4 hour flight or something like that.
In the turboprop, it was 6 hours.
Yes, yeah. But yeah.
because I flew Qantas, and
Yeah.
if Ansett actually had 727s that went in.
Mm.
The Isa is it's an interesting place. I mean, I quite like it. I think it can be quite beautiful there. Middle of nowhere.
Yes, yeah. No, just
Ferocious.
town. Yeah. The interesting thing about some of the airports is when you fly over, it petrifies you because they have the firefighting training where they have the burned out planes and they set them on fire and they go out there and put them out on the airport. Yeah, go on.
I remember going to Isa. We stopped at Longreach. That's what the flight always stopped at Longreach on the way up. You know Longreach?
Oh, for the prop job, yes.
Yeah, that's the home of Qantas too.
Yes, it was. Yes, exactly. That's where they've got all the. I think a couple of planes they've got out there, don't they? A couple of the early ones.
We've got Lux report here. I was talking to Lux today.
Hey. Yeah, talking about life.
Yeah.
Is it true? You see those documentaries about Australian gold prospecting, and you see these guys with metal detectors just walking in the bush, and then they find nuggets just laying in the bush.
Yep.
Is that really is it that easy if you just took a metal?
No, it's not easy. If it was that easy, we'd all be out there, wouldn't we?
That's what I'm thinking. You should all go into the bush.
It is a big thing over here in this neck of the woods. There's a lot of people that do it. And some people actually do it right. I mean, I've got a couple of drill mates and quite often have guys coming in and after they've been out doing a bit of prospecting, they come out with a few nuggies in their hand and sell it.
You're worth a lot more than gold melted. You know that the nuggets are worth a special premium.
But Australian opal is probably one of the more valuable than actually, than diamonds. Aussies themselves don't like opals. We're not really fond of them, but the rest of the world is. Yeah, Asian communities love opals, but Aussies just aren't. If you buy an opal ring for your Aussie girlfriend, she'll just,
think, oh, you've gone
what
cheap.
The hell's this
well, because they have some cheaper ones too. With the opal. They can slice it. There's different ways of doing opal. It's so.
Yeah,
and
my man,
opal's
when I was
a real
kid,
bitch.
used to do cutting, opal cuts.
Opal also doesn't like water or shit like that, does it? It's a bit sensitive to stuff.
True. Have you seen there's a YouTube channel? I think it's called Opal something, Black Opals or something like that. And he gets the raw material and cuts it to try to get the nice colors from the opal. It's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
like
my
he has
man
to
used
sand
to
it
do
down, sand down the grit and the sand to
Yep.
get to the actual opal.
Opal runs in vein usually, so you can dig into those miner guys are crazy. Most of those they basically they basically take a lease on a plot where they think something is, and they'll put down a pilot hole like a geotech and to see what's in there, and then they'll start mining. They'll go there's many in different ways, but they're rough and ready, those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True.
And you get your throat cut for half price too if you fuck them over.
I think it's very interesting. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I found it fascinating when I was a kid when the old man used to get opals and cut them and polish them, and it was quite cool seeing the start to the finish.
Have you seen those magnet prospecting where they get a really strong magnet and throw it into like a lake or a pond?
Magnet fishing. Yeah.
Neodymium. Yep, get the neodymium, and that's how you can go. You go out Munjabilla and on the Nullarbor and get meteorites using neodymium magnets.
Oh, okay, nice. The only thing is,
sell them to Rolex.
Yeah, Rolex. Exactly. The problem is, any meteorite found in Australia belongs to the state.
Belong to you. Yep.
Yeah, it belongs to the government.
Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I think there might be a little thing against that, but pretty much anything you find, it's got to be
Some of the interesting stuff that's absolutely totally worthless is around, what is it, Rainbow Beach, coloured sands there. They get a lot of lightning strikes there during the summer.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's
coloured
awesome.
sands, yeah, it actually, the lightning where it strikes the beach actually turns the sand into molten glass. And if you've got the coloured sands patch, it makes some very interesting patterns.
That's
Yeah,
near the
they're
Cherry
awesome.
Venture. Remember the Cherry Venture?
Yeah, there's nothing left of it now. It's just a memory now.
You remember the SS Dickey? Because
Yeah,
we
the-
used to.
Yep.
Hey, absolute ball, $2. Good show, guys. This is an amazing show. I got to tell you something, guys. You know what I really like here is the Dodger. He's not just some, I got to be honest with you. He's a really cool guy. That Polish guy fell in the water. He didn't abandon that fucker. He said, hey, come here. We'll take care of you. And he's a bit worried about him. You're a good
Dodger's-
guy, Dodger.
is,
Dodger,
Oh, man.
I can sleep at night.
Nobody
I
would have
can
a
sleep-
choice. It's the right choice.
Dodger, I can sleep at night knowing there's people like you in the world. I've just, you know what I feel really bad about, Dodger?
Go on.
I didn't give you one of the fresh cigars. I am so sorry, man.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've bought some for you anyway. So
Do you know what
You know,
Dodger's best performance was? It was in Marcelo's show when Marcelo was having his hissy fit and having a bit of a crackdown. And Dodger opened up the camera, and he must have been having about half asleep. And he came up and he was reading the comments, and there was one eye half open, one eye half shut, and it was like, what the fuck's going on here?
a bit strange.
It was pure Dodger. It was reminded me of a school teacher, back in the 70s. Yeah.
Marcelo's
Hey,
rebel
they were a
streaming now.
different era, the 70s teachers. Looking back there, so they were really nasty. Teachers were
Oh,
nasty.
yeah. God. I remember in grade 3, so we would have all been 8 to 9 years of age. And back then we had timber rulers. So they were pine.
Yeah.
Oh, whack.
But no, we had this one fucking bitch who would always break them over the back of your legs. So she used to double them up. So she'd always use 2, so she could get more of a sting on it. What
Have you
you
ever had it
fucking
on
used
the
to?
knuckles?
Yeah, used to fucking laminate the ruler across you. 2 rulers put together
I
to
know.
laminate it, so the grain
I
went in
rem-
the opposite direction.
I remember, in grade 4, one of the teachers, we had a male and female teacher. The female teacher was quite attractive, had big tits. One of her breasts came out of her top, and the male teacher put it back in.
Ooh.
You wouldn't do that today.
It's
You
a
wouldn't
lovely
see that.
day.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. How's
Yeah.
that for a
Couldn't
day?
do it herself.
No one,
Yeah.
no one standing up from their seat in that time.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, but I gotta tell you guys, it's that's a long time ago. I was in school in the 70s. That's fucking 40 years ago. That's just a long time ago. And it's the same as
Well-
my dad. My dad talks about school. He finished school in 1960s. I said, Dad, that's fucking over 50 years ago. What are you talking about? That's half a century ago. I said,
Well, I was the
school's-
last of the slate kids. Well, I was the last of the kids to go through that had slates, chalkboard, and slate.
Yeah, my dad still got this slate.
But
instead. Yeah,
you would have had decimalization too, didn't you?
Oh, decimal currency. Decimal currency was in '66, but the metric
Yeah,
system came out in '70.
You were born. Well, you were born after 66, weren't you?
Fuck no. I was born way before that, man. I'm just at the end of the baby boomers.
Yeah.
There's a funny
Mike.
comment from NATO.
Yeah. Can I ask, gosh, the rest of the wrench here was $100. It's about $100, and the last one for Fats was from ER was $100. That's about fair. What do you think, Arch? $100.
Hey, Dodge, I'm staying out of it, man. I tell you this
Well, I
now.
think it's fair because we owe Fats.
you guys-
bought
I
him
think
one.
you got to. I think you got to earn a wrench.
Don't buy a wrench.
Yeah,
Dodge,
Buy it.
We can
Dodge,
get
I'm
Fats
happy.
on the
Whatever
wrench,
you and Sirocco decide,
$100
because I
PayPal to Archie Luxury. There you go, DMD. $100
Yeah.
PayPal to
72
Archie
or
Luxury.
something.
Bang, you got your wrench.
Yeah, thank you, Dodge. Dodge, I got to tell you something, man. It's just a great. What I love about this dungeon. It's so. I'm sitting on my bed, right? The wife's going for a shower, right? I'm just sitting here on my bed, having a chat. We got Solve here. We
Turn the
got Lux
camera up, Art.
Report.
Turn the camera up, son, mate. Turn the
Yeah, you
camera
can
up.
see
Go on
the
a-
camera. You can see
That's
the
better,
camera.
thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it's all good stuff. We're just having a chat.
And this is how we
Chin
want it. We
wag.
want it to be chilled, to be relaxed.
It's just so cool. You know what I
No
mean?
heart
It's so
attacks.
cool. It's just so cool. You know, that's what I like about it here. It's no pressure, no nothing. It's just
No egos. Apparently, I've got a huge ego.
yeah. There's no egos. You know, it's just good guys talking. I mean, Dodger's a good guy. He's worried about this guy who fell in the water. You know, most people would have told him to fuck off, get the fuck out of my house. You know, but Dodger
Well,
rescued
not
him.
everyone's got their own moat. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
He fell into the moats.
You got to
I
feed
think, to
the
be fair, I
alligators
didn't have
the
much
crocodiles
choice in it.
somehow.
I mean, we're no human being. If I'd have put him out, it was zero. It was freezing last night. If I'd have put him out, he'd be dead. We already had one drunk die in the river already. So this year,
Yeah.
this winter, and another another drunk died in the snow. The snowplow found him.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
quite
so,
common. Actually, when I was in Ukraine, people die like
Yeah,
that all
cool.
the time.
Yeah, it's all the time. Alcohol plus the cold, it's just a lethal
Yeah.
combination.
They have a very low life expectancy in these Eastern
Yeah.
European countries because they really abuse the bottle. I mean, you can do that when you're 20, but you can't do that when you're 50, can you?
Yeah, but if you look back at your history, man, you had to fight the Nazis and you had to fight the Soviets as well. There was more people killed in Ukraine than any other country in the entire world. And I think if you added up, there was like 9 million people in World War II. And if you added up the deaths of the whole of the US, the UK, and like half the Commonwealth states, it still didn't come up to the amount of people that were killed. It's just, man, and that's why they're such still ferocious fighters these days, because
This
it's
DMD, he's a bit of a shit, isn't he? Okay, DMD, you're now blocked. Go fuck yourself. What an asshole. What a nasty fucking cunt. What a nasty cunt. You
Well, I
know,
didn't read
DM.
that.
No, he said he
Yeah, I
wouldn't
missed
give
it.
this. Yeah, you don't worry about it. It's the end of
Oh,
him.
right, yeah, fair enough.
You know what a
good job
fucking
you didn't give him a wrench.
yeah, exactly.
Well, he asked
some-
the guy asked for a wrench. And I
Yeah.
told him what it cost for a wrench. So how could somebody be upset?
he's just
And Vox is right there. Ukraine joined the Nazis. Half of them joined the Soviets, and half of them. And
well, you know, the truth is
the Nazis.
more Ukrainians died under the Russians than the Nazis, but
Yeah.
Well, it continued all the way through to the 50s and the 60s, even after the end of the war.
There was
The Cold
the
War,
purge. The purge.
Purge.
But I got to be honest with you. I think what's happening there is a disaster. It's a disaster, and I can't see it. I just, you know, this civil war is a mess. All the rich have left. You know this. The rich aren't there. They've gone long. They've packed up their expensive cars and gotten out, haven't they? They're not staying. Yeah. The rich have gone. They've left the poor people to fight the battle, haven't they?
That always happens.
It's
True.
yeah. It's the way
Sad.
it goes. But I think I honestly, the problem is with this thing. What's going to happen? Can Putin, has he got the ego to back down? I don't think he has. Do you?
No.
Hell no.
Well, that's what I mean. If you look back at history, the Russians changed tack, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because they started off. They started off as an enemy and then turned into an ally. So it's or depending on what side you were on.
That's where Churchill said, "Yep, beware of the Iron Curtain."
Yes,
no
exactly.
one listened.
It's a disaster. But anyhow, guys, I got to get to bed there. I want to say thanks for coming on here. This is amazing. I'll chat to you later.
All right, Arch.
Dodgy, you're doing a
explain
good
the
job.
avatar, man. What's a Jippo?
It's Thoth, the Isis. It's ancient Egyptian Isis.
It's a bin chicken.
Yeah, it's a bin chicken. It's Egyptian.
Yeah, it's to celebrate. It's to celebrate the missing artifacts in the London Museum. Because they're not in Greece.
Well,
that
god Thoth, he's the god of knowledge, scribery, and something else. So it kind of fits, Such.
Do you see that picture of the booty I sent you through, Arch?
Yeah.
I
Very
did
cool.
not. That is one watch I have never regretted purchasing the next morning. You know how sometimes you wake up the next morning and you think, oh, you look at your bank account and then you look at the watch and you go, oh, I don't know. It's one I never unlike some choice of women in the 80s.
The god of the moon, the god of reckoning, of learning, and writing.
We got the Sirocco there. Hey,
Hey,
Sirocco.
Sirocco.
How are you?
I heard this was a pirate-free zone. I don't know. Sorry for jumping in.
It's cool.
That's all right.
It's cool.
Doing what
We
do.
love you.
How are you,
on
Archie?
here.
Thanks, mate. How are you going?
I blasted Tim today. I don't know if you saw on the show. I got really angry because we had a deal. The charity was supposed to go to people we fucking know. So he kowtows to fucking Roman by giving him $1,500. I said, Timmy, that's not what we agreed on. And you make me look like a cunt because I only give a percentage.
What was Timmy doing on earlier? It would have been like 5 o'clock in the morning for him, US time.
No, that was Green Room stream.
Yeah, but Timmy was up at 5 in the morning and he looked wired, man.
Yeah, he'd been up for like 5.5 hours because
here.
Oisin came on and did because Oisin was drinking on the Archie stream.
That's right. Yeah. Then
And
they did a
carried
5-hour
on
stream
Tim.
afterwards.
And then because the sun came up at Oisin, so then we had a tour through Venice.
That was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I tell you what,
this
the
about?
only thing,
What's this-
the
what's
thing
this
I
about?
really admire about Oisin is his fucking liver.
Mr.
Jeez, hey,
Mr.
Jesus.
GMT's been bad? Why is he
What the
bad?
fuck's that about?
Yeah. No, that
Oh,
was earlier
fucking
on
God.
today.
Why was he
Archie, I told you so. I told you this chair is shit. This chair is going to fall and die because it's shit.
Dodger, Mr. GMT's not a bad guy, is he? Or
He's
Archie,
hanging out with Higgins a
yeah,
fair
I've
bit,
got some
I think.
notes. I didn't want to fall into the same trap as make the same
Nah.
mistake as me and Sirocco
We'll leave it
made
for the
before.
green room.
We wanted
Yeah.
to talk to you about it because he got
Arch?
sort of executed today, like in front of a court martial, and shot, taken out, and shot. But he always did say he was neutral, but I don't know if there's a backstory, so I didn't get involved until I spoke to you. So you can tell me, is he a good,
he's not banned. He's not banned.
Check with
No, Mr.
ER on that one. Check with ER on that one.
I'm
He's
just
up
going
there.
through the
Mr.
blocked
Mr.
users.
J-
He's not
Mr.
banned. I can't
GMT.
see
No,
him.
no,
No,
no.
Mr.
He
J-
got told
he
to.
walked.
He got
He
told
walked.
basically. He got told to choose or leave, choose sides or
Ooh.
leave. So effectively, he got court-martialed and shot. Now I don't know if this is if this situation of I don't know. A war crime, or is it Mr. GNT has genuinely done something that, like the Jonathan thing, that's a problem? So I thought I'd leave it and ask the generals and ask the general. So I'm
Look,
on your call.
hey, guys, I love you. You guys let me know, okay? I'm going to go to bed. You guys keep going, guys. It's great to see
Archie,
you
I have
here.
4 panelists and 3 viewers. This is how successful my channel is.
See you.
Sweet dreams.
Bye-bye. I love you guys. Badger, you're doing a good job there, man. I'm really proud of you.
Well, it's
how
not
you
me. It's
helped
a
that
chat with you
guy.
guys.
You helped that guy. That's a good thing. That's a good thing
Right.
to do.
What I can do. Thanks,
It's nice
mate.
to know if I fell in the water, you'd put a towel around me.
Of course I would. I'll give you a hug and a cuddle in bed as well. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, God.
See you later, Sirocco.
Yeah, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers,
Take it
Ash.
easy, Archie. Sleep well, mate.
See you, big boy.
Thank you.
Hey, Sirocco.
How are you, Lux?
I'm good. I'm happy.
Isn't that funny? I
Happy
just
Easter.
jumped in. I've been watching, and there'd been no drama, and I jump in, and suddenly this fucking drama.
Yeah, the drama started again.
Oh,
the
I
drama
missed
free.
it. I was on
Sure,
mute.
go to you,
Drama
Cam.
queen,
Drama
Sirocco.
free.
What's
Black
happening,
Can you
boys?
What
Drama,
happened?
drama,
ABC.
drama, drama.
Hey, Lucy. I literally walked out for 5 minutes. Are you serious? There was drama?
Well, as soon as I came in, we started talking
Oh, shit.
dramatics.
I put myself on
It's-
mute, walked away for 5 minutes, and now this.
I've been watching while I've been out, and I've come back in, and I thought, okay, I'll just sort of come and say hello, and then suddenly there's all this stuff about Mr. GMT and blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Hello, you sexy man.
Mr. Sexy.
Stay sexy,
Hey.
brother. Stay sexy.
Hey, Jamie.
Oh,
in the comments.
Jamie's in the chat, man. Found sunshine is
Jamie.
making me happy. This place.
Nah, it's only 3. It's only 3, Tony.
It's only 3 now, is it?
Yeah. 3 on panel, 3 on watching.
Yeah, I'm going to take a few days off, Jamie,
Oh,
as
shit.
well.
It's gone to
Tell
6.
Mrs. Dodge.
Yeah, we all need
Well,
to
I've
get
got a
some,
few days, a few afternoons busy here, so
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Easter Monday tomorrow. I think it's a lunch day for me tomorrow, so that could be a late day. And then I've got appointments Tuesday and Wednesday, so I doubt if I'll be able to jump on.
I'll try and find some coke. There's a problem at the moment. I have to travel around the place and get a trailer or something.
Check Timmy. He looked like he was on it this morning.
I was in Mexico.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want an 8 ball?
Dodger, I was in Mexico a month or so ago. I could have got you something.
You could have hooked out with a good Colombian.
I need about a ton if you can get it.
Yeah,
2
well,
would be
I could
great.
have,
2
but
tons would
hey.
be fantastic.
Loca, loca.
Yeah.
So when all that snow out the backyard, Dodger, that wasn't snow.
Yeah, that's my coke bunker. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why it's in the castle at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Dear. It wouldn't last long if it was out
Now
there.
you know why Dodger has to lie down all the time, the poor bugger.
That's it.
And now you know why he's got a
It's a
moat
hard
and things
knock
like
life
collapsing in
for
his moat.
Dodge.
They're after the coca.
After the cocoa.
When are
Did
you going
you
back
get
to
that?
Oz, Sirocco?
I think I'm going to the States next week, I guess. I think it'll be next week. I think I'm flying to Washington, D.C. next week. I'm going to just trying to work out details on that.
Backdoor timing.
And then about roughly towards the end of May, I'll be back in Australia. If not sooner. Just depends. Plans change every day. Who knows?
So it's like a round the world trip for you right at the moment.
Well, I've cut out a lot of what I was doing. We were going to go to France, Germany, Spain. Probably not really looking at that. It's just not practical. We just got things we both need to do and get in the way. So that's why I'm here and she's there. And I'm going back there and then back home. So, yeah, we're looking at Washington, D.C. I was having a look at the map. We've been talking Washington, D.C., New York. Is it Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Buffalo or something?
Yeah.
And then to Ohio and then to Chicago, and I'll probably fly out of Chicago.
There it is, boys.
Kind of the plan.
He's meeting up with the dog trainer.
No.
And Timbo in New York.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Round 1.
Yeah, I think that probably would.
Wow.
That probably won't
Fight.
happen. Groundhog Day, thanks. I knew it was somewhere. I didn't know where. I thought it might have been the same place. I don't know. I know nothing.
He's going over the falls in a barrel, boys. He's taking the concrete boat over the Niagara Falls.
No, I might even live stream. I might even do a barrel. If I could borrow a Scotch barrel from Ken and jump in and live stream it over as I was going over. How about that? Would that be good for the channel? I reckon that'd be good for dramatics.
Can't
What
get
do you
much
think?
more dramatic than that.
Absolutely.
You got to bring up those flaming barrels I told you about the other night. Those guys are fucking men, man. Is it? Rocco probably knows about it. There's a small bloody hamlet or in the UK where I think it's on Guy Fawkes Night, they take wooden oak barrels and they line them with flaming tar, light them up. They run up and down the street with them on their backs.
I've never seen that. Oh, I don't know.
What the hell?
Yeah, hang on a second.
A video on there.
I'm not staying here till
Sirocco.
November. Yeah.
Sirocco, you can go and see Blondie in around the New York sort of area. I think she's around there.
I don't know if my girlfriend would be too happy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Nah, she's going to Venice now. She wants to go to Venice after seeing her shrooms.
Absolutely.
Oh
I mean, she's
God,
given
that
up
she
on
was so
Mike.
swooned. She was so swooned
God,
by him.
God,
You know,
wasn't she?
it's called Ottery and St. Mary, the flaming tar barrels of Ottery St. Mary.
It's the first I've ever heard of it.
Hang on, I'll pull up the link and I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay. Thank you, Absolute Bore. It probably will be. Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. All your money, so I can go and buy some Stella. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Whoever's got control of the stream, I've just bunged the YouTube link in the private chat.
Yeah, I can't share anything with the iPad. That's all.
Hang on, I might be able to put it
Hang
in.
on, I can maybe. Can you bring it up on YouTube and I'll pop it on? I'll pop you on.
Hang on, I might be able to. I've got. Here you go. I'll put it in the comments. I've got someone's given me a spanner, so I can put it in the comments. Just forget the first minute or so and just scroll through. Man, these are fucking real men. These jokers.
Yeah, they can keep their man card.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone quiet. Ooh, what's happened? Have I lost my link?
He's trying to pull it up.
Right.
We wait with a bated breath.
Pull it up,
okay.
Arch.
We're waiting bated breath. Cool. Yeah,
Pull
somebody
it
bring
up,
it
Arch.
up. Somebody pull it. Pull it up.
Be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
Yeah.
I'm logged in as the wrong thing to be able to put it on my thing. It's a problem I've got.
Thingamajig.
Bingamajig, yeah. I'm just getting used to all this anyway. Who's trying to pull it?
No, I'm not
What are
pulling
we talking
anything.
about? Oh, yeah. No,
Steady on. Steady on.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
steady on. I'm not pulling nothing.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we're not pulling up. Okay.
Oh, can you? I've got it on my screen. If you, I'll try sharing.
Oh, sorry. If you share it, I'll bring you in.
Yeah, I can do that. I can't do the other bit.
Do that. Just need to.
Screen yet.
Just
Yeah.
I need to get a second screen.
So
You can open another window. You just can't see what's going on. Kind of weird. If I remember right, something like that.
Yeah, I really need two screens to be doing that here.
Yeah, here you go. I'll bring Ron in.
Right, yeah.
There you go.
There we are.
Go full screen layout. There you go.
Ooh.
That just looks absolutely nuts.
Hey?
That's just absolutely crazy.
So they just fill these barrels up with tar, and then they just slap them on the back, and then just run up and down the street until they collapse.
What's the point of that? Sorry.
Just to keep your man card. Hey?
Just yeah.
Keep your man card, and it's a tradition for Guy Fawkes.
Yep.
Celebrate Guy Fawkes night.
Yeah, go for
It's the ultimate cockfest.
Carrying the fiery barrel of tar.
Barrel roll.
Lots of layers and sustained burns to the hands and neck. Yep. The rules of the event. The rules are you just carry it until it fucking disintegrates.
Have a look at that. Have a look at that Joker. He just stuck his whole head in.
Sorry, I missed it. What's this?
I hope they're wearing PPE.
There we go. He just stuck his whole head in. There you go.
Jeez.
Hey?
That's absolutely fucking mad.
And until they just carry them until they collapse on top of them.
Who needs to be talking watches when you can watch his stuff, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody asks what's going on here. It's far more interesting than watching.
Come on down, Sirocco. You need to put your hair up for that one, mate.
I reckon you might. I might. I think you'd
You
have the
need
same
more than your
problem.
wife need a singlet on to do that one.
Absolutely.
Seriously fucking
might be-
burning too.
It might be New Jersey. It's not the one I'm in. That's madness.
That's impressive, though.
It is
Fucking
impressive.
I mean,
Absolutely.
if you know how much those oak barrels weigh at the start,
Yeah.
look at that. There's just nothing left until they just fall to bits.
But it smells good.
Nutcases, aren't they? Where is this?
Somewhere in the UK.
This reminds me of those guys that run down a hill chasing the barrel of cheese.
Yeah.
Don't use
It's
a bit
flammable
more
oil
dangerous than
like
that.
The thing is, you don't see too many women in the crowd, do you?
I do like the don't use flammable.
Phone reception
hair
there is
products.
terrible, and not
That's
to
great.
use flammable hair products.
It's brilliant. There you go. Uncle Jonga, is this the Marcelo time bonfire?
I bet your Mike's done that. I bet if we ask Mikey, he's probably done that.
You need
He
to go on
started it.
tonight, so and ask him. He probably, well, no, Wizard would have started it, but Mike would have certainly done it.
And that's a great festival, that one.
There's some crazy stuff they do over there, isn't it? You know, I've never seen that before. I mean, you got the running of the bulls, someone's mentioned just before, and then you got the cheese, bloody rolling the cheese down a hill somewhere. I don't know where the hell that is. I think that's Wales, isn't it, Dodd?
Isn't it Gloucestershire?
Yeah, it's
Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire
Yeah.
sort of way.
Something like that,
Cheese, down the cheese making way.
And then to cap it all off, you got the Morris men somewhere thrown into the mix.
I have just found the most epic festival kind of similar thing, and it's called the Wife Carrying World Championship.
I've heard of that.
Hang on.
Never heard of that.
Hang on, I can beat that one. I can beat that
We can
one.
beat that, can't we,
here we go.
Sol?
Yeah,
Up in
we can.
northern Queensland.
Hang on. This is why.
They can't be on YouTube.
The fellows in Japan. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Oh yeah, that
Share
festival.
my screen.
Right.
Share my screen.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. Where's your screen? There's nothing to share yet.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
it's perfect time this time of year because it's the celebration of fertility and all that.
Add to
We
the
on?
stream. Yep, you should be on.
Yep. That's
Here we
Yep,
go.
there you go. Oh my good God.
Ah, yes,
I think this is in Kawasaki. It's the fertility festival.
yes.
There you go. And that's a great segue from Lux's wife carrying world championship. Brilliant stuff.
Where's all the
You
guys
can't
with the
make this
dicks
up.
on their heads?
Hang on. I've got to get to it. Hang on. Here it comes. Here it
Run it
comes.
forward.
Oh, hail the... We should get Pontiff and do this to Pontiff. We all need to do this to Pontiff.
Is it pink to make the girls wink?
But here's a question.
I don't know why.
Would be
Why has it got a sunshade over it? That's what I want to know.
You don't want to get burnt.
Well, it's pretty pink already.
Do you think anyone would be offended if you just was in the crowd and you just pulled your pants down and got it out?
In that
But,
festival, probably not.
Yeah, in that festival.
It doesn't actually stop there because they just do a lot of weird shit, man. They just do a lot of weird shit. Where is it? Hang on. Even here we go. Even check out her shoes. That's interesting.
Holy God.
It's a big fucking festival.
Hang
The
on.
fuck is going on there? What was that? Was that bird brain? Oh my God.
Oh, there we go. Deep
There you
floating.
go.
It's a cockfest.
Yes.
Okay, and delicious.
They get a bit carried away. Anyway, there you go.
I'm actually, I don't know what I'm more shocked at. It's the vision or the fact that Sov found it.
You can find anything on the internet.
Yeah, I know, but the fact that he's actually looking for it.
That computer will be burned to the ground after this stream.
No, she's all good.
She's all good.
Here you go. They even have rides.
Yeah, I bet they do.
I'm sure.
I mean,
Oh God.
Jesus.
I mean, does Archie know about this? Has he been there? Someone should wake him up.
Is this Japan now? Wouldn't Marcelo's there? He's just wiping it first.
Oh my God.
Don't you love her optimism?
That's just
It's an ambition.
wow.
Yep. Hang on, you get the yellow blazer for that.
Wait. What does it say on the back?
Was it Licky Licky?
Looky.
I don't know. I think they're going to light the fuse.
Licky Licky Licky. Licky Licky.
That crappy luxury is going to come on shortly.
But what I don't understand, if they're so desperate, why don't you just pull them down and try it on right now?
Oh my God, what's she doing now? No.
I
Imagine the guy that was your job. You had to fucking carve a giant
oh
dong.
my God.
I'd hate to be a boyfriend with those great expectations. My God.
Oh, dear me.
Okay, if you
That's,
thought that was weird, I don't know if it's as weird as that one. It's in Japan. It's called the Belly Button Festival in Japan.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the main chat. The Hokai Heso Matsuri, the Belly Button Festival.
If you can put that in the main chat so I can share that one as well.
Yeah, it's in the main chat.
Well, there you go. You haven't got a link for it?
I'll try and get you a link 1 second.
Yeah. It's getting late on the Gold Coast on Sovereign Island. Sovereign Island,
Sovereign Island, yeah, that's it. Sovereign Island.
That'll do. It's getting late there. He might be a bit bleary-eyed looking for a link, especially after seeing that giant bloody dong thing.
There's a link in the chat if you want to have a look.
There we
Japan
go.
Belly
I'm going to have
Button
nightmares
Festival.
tonight.
There you go.
That's some crazy shit.
Okay.
Wrong one.
Nope, that's the same one.
This one, the Belly Button Festival.
Yeah. So it looks like they're all dressing up as belly buttons.
The fuck?
What the fuck?
What are you done, so?
Hang on.
Bring back.
I miniaturized it.
No, I just clicked on the wrong shit. Hang on a second.
I'm trying to full screen it.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the biggest picture.
Yeah.
Could you repaste that link?
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Oh, I've got it. Thanks, Lux.
Oh my god. I've just found another one. The
Oh my
Scaring Children Festival.
Oh, no. What the hell do they do?
Yeah, this
there?
one might be a
It's
bit better.
amazing.
This will be a bit more fun.
Yeah, you go.
Holy
Give me
shit.
wrench me now. No one puts in more time than me. I think it was 100, but it actually went up to 200 recently. I think I saw PayPal, Archie, Luxury, whatever it was.
Yeah, but the originals, the OGs, the people on the 1,000-man
How we on,
march,
lads?
the originals, obviously they keep their wrenches.
Yeah.
They earn their wrenches on the long march. So if they want to trade them, then that's no problem either. I think there'll be a management fee flipping wrenches.
Who does the thing with
Absolutely.
having a wrench?
I don't know.
I'm a
I don't know.
60-year-old wrench virgin. I've never used mine. Can someone say something fucking nasty so I can give it a go? Oh, look, this one doesn't look half as much fun as the
Yeah, that
fertility
one's nice,
festival.
doesn't it? I
Might
got
have done
that
that
one
forward,
for you.
but
It
Hey,
looks
Diego,
like
you
the
the other case
looks
down
like
there.
some type of IUD festival, is it? It's like a cervical cap.
I can do.
Thing, is it?
It's kind of needs to be zoomed in a bit, doesn't it?
I sent you the better one, the Scaring Children Festival. I just sent you the link for that one.
Scaring Children Festival.
Yeah. Talking of ABC, talking of that, what you're just talking to Diego about. When I looked just before, there was one panelist. Oh no. We have back to 3 panelists on that particular channel that you're talking about, and 5 viewers. Just now it was down to bloody 1 viewer and 2 panelists. Kind of amusing. It's amusing me.
Yeah, but that's you looking at it, Sirocco. That's
I know,
adding another one.
that was adding one more, exactly. That was the point. I
Oh,
was
3
making.
panels, two watching.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to the 300 viewers that he was saying he was receiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, your way, lads. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, here you go. Scaring Children Festival, Japan.
Oh, that just looks like a night out in Darwin.
Oh, shit. Blackface? What's that all about? All the children are running away. Run for your lives. Hello, little child.
My God.
What the hell?
What's with the paint on their faces? I don't get it.
No, I think it's mud.
It's bizarre. What are you laughing at?
So it's probably some tradition myth thing.
Be even
God,
funny if
can
it
you
was silver
imagine that as
nitrate.
a child? Holy moly. Oh, it looks like mud or something. Can you just let me eat my ice cream, please? Holy shit.
You just want more.
What's she trying to
Oh my
Oh,
She doesn't
God.
look like a child to me.
Try doing that on the Gold Coast.
These don't look like children.
That doesn't look like a child. That looks like
Yeah, they're just going and grabbing
Yeah.
for any hot chick they find.
Well,
This is starting to explain Marcelo now, isn't it?
it's starting to explain something. I'm not quite sure what the something is, though.
And is it just one guy going after people? Where's the rest of them?
I don't know. Well, the good thing is, imagine if he had the crook, stab, and batter, it wouldn't make any difference if he crapped himself, would it? I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
you wouldn't know
Okay,
what
so
was.
these so-called monsters are scaring children, but with good intentions. This is a local New Year's tradition. Homage demons aim to prevent children from being lazy. They also pray for people's safety for the coming year. The name of the demons can change depending on the region.
Amazing.
Wow.
I wish it was
So
more
it's
than
to
just
scare
one
your
guy.
kids into not being lazy.
It's scaring me into thinking I should have another beer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The kid's like, oh, I'll have you.
It's just another day on the subway.
Yeah.
What's this background we've got? What the hell's that all about?
Ah,
I
that's
think it might have been me.
the war
I
room.
think it's Green Room's background for the
Oh, I
wall
forgot to get
cap.
rid of that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Forgot to get rid of that.
Yeah. Yes.
Didn't
Oh, that's
realise.
the. Is that an overlay? Is it? Okay, let's just have. I don't know what the hell we've got. What's that? No, that's no fucking good.
I think Green Room's working for Bear at the moment and citing.
There's something strange going on, isn't there? Somebody's on about a political wing or something. And I'm thinking,
Ah,
I don't know what's going on. It's like
Let's have
tribunals and things
something-
happening. So I thought I'd keep out of it until I start. Gee, what's going on?
oh, that's Doctor Strangelove. Okay. So let's
How I
just-
Learned to Love the Bomb. It was the correct title.
yeah, something like that. Oh, we don't want that one.
Peter Sellers.
How about that?
Slim
that
Pickens
nicer? Is that
writing the
better?
bomb
Is that one better, or
That's
what do you
prawn.
reckon about
Not
this
prawn.
one?
I like the
Let's have a
Egyptian
nice
one.
Yeah, that's
Let's-
better.
I think that's
The
much better.
Fairites, yeah, there were the Fairites that escaped from the desert. We escaped from the desert. We crossed the desert. We parted the
And
waters.
since Archie's the Egyptian ibis god.
Yep.
Oh, Tony the Analog says Dungeon needs to remove Pride and Pinion. AC3 just invoices him for going over the sponsorship. His ads have expired.
Well, they're not on here, so don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
Might have been before, maybe on the previous slides.
There were a few days ago. There were some sponsorship banners, but I haven't seen them for a couple of days now.
I don't know where I'm doing these things, so don't ask me how you do any of that.
I think they were on this morning or whatever.
Were they on
times
this morning? Were they?
They were
Or
on
maybe
earlier,
that came
yeah.
off. Yeah, might have come off with that.
Might have
war
come off
room,
the new
whatever
stream
you
I
want to call
created,
it,
I don't know how to put them back on, so.
I won't do it because, yeah,
It's above our pay grade, isn't it?
way above my pay grade. Oh, here we go.
How much are you guys getting?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of headaches.
Or getting headaches.
Oh,
I think it's headaches at the moment. We're getting a lot of headaches. It's how to, I don't know.
Bird
sort of-
Brain streaming with 2 viewers. Come on now,
There you
boys. Shut that down. Stop looking at it. Get him back to
Stop
none.
looking at it. You get him down to 1 or 2, or 1 or none. None would be better. 3
It's
panelists,
okay.
no viewers.
It's at 3 now.
So that'd be him and Shane.
And Marcelo. Mark, Marcel. Yeah.
There's only one now. NATO's still watching, so he obviously knows. Get out of there,
Look.
NATO.
I did have a look at that Mark's YouTube channel to see what his risk of reviews. Yeah, lame.
Oh, it's just ended. It's ended.
There you go.
They killed it.
P. Lucas, yes, I agree. I've been trying to get rid of that hashtag Marcello time for a couple of days, but I haven't figured out actually how to. I think Dodger can do it. I haven't got YouTube
I can tell
Studio
you.
set up.
It's in
I think you need-
YouTube. I'll have a go. I've got to
Yeah,
go.
I think it's in YouTube setup, in YouTube Studio.
I think it's in the
haven't set that up.
default.
I've got to
upload
give Benny drink. So I mean, mind you, Ben will have to come on so I can give
It'd
him his
be in
drinks.
the meta tags, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think
nothing
it's
in
in the
YouTube.
default settings because every time you upload or start a stream, it's defaulted as showing those tags and things.
Is that
Oh
in
yeah,
the,
yeah. It's in the default. It's in the default upload settings. Yep.
Well, it's when people search for Marcello time, it also recommends a dungeon. So
that
same
kinda
reason,
helps.
the same reason I'd say Marcello's got Archie Luxury, and the same reason Pigsley used Archie in his meta tags.
Oh, I've just been handed us a can of Stella Artois. How kind.
Oh, wonderful.
What?
What's the nickname for that? I forgot. Isn't there a nickname for Stella?
Beer.
Stella.
Beer.
Beer.
Oh, isn't there meant to be like some bad connection to Stella? Like, I need to be careful what names I pull out of my head. But there's some very bad. Let me do some Googling because I don't want to say something wrong.
Google.
Anyway, lads,
I have a
it's
question.
1 a.m. in Queensland, so I've got to go to work this morning.
I needed you to hang on for this question.
Okay, mate.
Oh yeah, sure.
I needed you to hang on. This is a watch-related question. Someone said to me, I had lunch with a mate of mine I haven't seen for years and years the other day, and we were talking about Rolex watches and the local AD, and he was told of a watch that had been ordered by this dealer and already sold that cost, and it was a Rolex for £1 million. I mean, I didn't know that you could buy a brand new Rolex for $1 million. Well, I suppose you could if you can put a price on anything, but £1 million for a fucking Rolex.
$2 million.
What the hell would that? That's probably 1.8 mil, yeah, 1.9 mil.
Have to be a totally iced out
Custom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
custom
This
Daytona.
This thing's been, it was ordered and sold before it came in.
So, Rocco, I
don't
found
know
out
how.
the name,
Yep. Okay.
and NATO is partly correct in the comments. So I did some
Wife
Googling,
beater.
and it says the nickname wife beater became synonymous with the drink Stella Artois after people who had reportedly drunk too much Stella would go home and be abusive to their spouses.
There
So
you
now
go.
you're drinking wife beater.
And he's got the
I've been
wife beater
drinking wife
singlet.
beaters. I know.
Isn't that
I wear the
EB,
wife.
Nato?
Hey,
Yeah, you got the
That's
shirts as
EB.
well, the t-shirts as well. haven't
yeah,
you?
I got the shirts as well. I better just I'll
That's
So,
have to
EB.
have some Stella tank
Lock
tops
away
made.
your wives.
And anyway, how about this sound? Oh, that was my ear. Fuck.
We need the
Sounds
No.
good.
floor.
An hour early for me, but
Fucking hell, Soraka. Now I need a beer. God damn it.
There you go. Well, I've had a couple already, so. Chili Badger says he knows his booze. There we go. I didn't realise. I thought in Australia that it was VB, the old vomit bomb
No,
salt.
it's
What do you reckon?
It's EB. EB's the
EB?
white beer. Yeah. Emu Export's bush chook.
Okay.
And then EB's the fucking wife beater. And I think, Forex had a bit of that reputation on the East Coast. Right on the
I
West
thought
Coast.
Victoria Bitter down in Melbourne, the old
Bit
vomit
of
bombs.
VB.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I've got it now.
Ugh. Horrible stuff. Horrible. Awful fucking beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a £1 million Rolex, that was just brought up the other day. As we
I
were
hope it's
walking
not a
back.
Cellini.
I walked past yesterday, actually. I was going out for lunch, and all their Rolex are just fucking exhibition only. They've added a few, and I just can't be bothered to go in. It's just not worth it.
There you go. NATO's hammered on bush chook. Good man. I feel like a fucking export now. God damn it. don't have any.
Tony, the analog, the link I think is pinned. You're welcome to come on. If you're worried about being recognised, wear a mask or something.
Just don't turn
Or
the
just
camera on.
Don't turn the camera on. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're working today, so
Yeah, I like working over Easter. Too many people are actually dying for a holiday and literally end up on a piece of stainless steel. So
that's very true.
there'll be 21 people in Australia not here at the end of the kids' holidays that should have been, just because they wanted to take a holiday. So no one's ever dropped dead of working too much over Easter. So that's my bag, baby.
Yep. Why not? What's the weather like on the Gold Coast at the moment? Warm still?
17 degrees, partly cloudy.
Yes, okay.
Started to get a little bit overcast later this afternoon. It's been a beautiful weekend up until about this afternoon.
Here we have Lux report. God. Lux, you got to keep doing that. You got to keep doing that.
Lux, you'll book yourself if you're not careful.
Is
he was
that
very close to doing it there.
Yeah, I just fucked up there.
Is that the Snapchat filter?
No, it's something else. Let me show you what it is. 1 second.
Because the Snapchat one's pretty good.
Here's you can share my screen if you want to. Here's my Rudy this morning. Jesus, that's a nice watch. I fucking love this watch.
Very nice.
That is one. As I said, I woke up the next morning with that watch and no regrets. A lot of times you wake up with a watch and you just go, I don't know about that. You look at your bank account with a big dent in it, but man, that's a yeah, I can see why it's growing so popular.
I must admit, I felt a bit like that, I think, when I bought my Explorer 2. I kind of liked it, but I still thought, for ages, and I found I wasn't wearing it, which is why I then traded it for my Yachtmaster, two-tone Yachtmaster 40, which I absolutely... That's the only watch, out of all of them, it's the only one.
Of all the bimetal watches, the Rudy and the Bluesy, really nice. And now that I'm old enough to, I can wear a two-tone. So
here's a question for you, Sold. Just for you.
Sovereign, why don't you put it in the coffee? Laugh out loud. Have you seen those videos of people who pour coffee over their Rolexes? No, I have not.
I've heard of someone doing that. I can't think who it was. I'm not sure what Lux is doing here. I prefer the other one.
It's going on his head.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all going quiet. Badger Dodger awake, or is he going to be a... Oh, yeah, there you go.
No, I was thinking, well, maybe it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that you need this filter, Dodger, so you can sit on stream with the camera on looking like a real badger.
Yeah. yeah, couldn't I? It would be a real badger.
Yeah.
Got a badger.
Now, shout fuck you about 10 times in a row.
Yeah. Fuck you. So next few afternoons I'm spending with Mrs. Dodge, so I'll get the show up and running again, I think, just later on in the week.
I got to go roll, lads. Scotchy Ken, Sirocco, Dodger, Lux, see you, lads.
Take care, Sol.
Cheers.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on. Well, all you guys for coming on. And guys, thank you for staying along in the chat. It's been great.
Isn't this how it should be? Just chilled out.
It's just chilled out, calm down, no drama, just a bit of fucking...
Sharing videos of penis festivals and
penis festivals
scaring
and
children
scaring
festivals.
Yeah, just Just cool shit, just hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just cool, man.
Oh, NATO doesn't want you to wrap it.
Rap?
Or does he? I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Pack it and wrap it.
Rap.
Now I've got an outro sorted. It works in an outro.
You're working on an outro. You know where they are.
Yeah. Well, I've got one in. This is my first attempt. I'm doing one in a convoluted way because I don't understand this stuff.
I enjoyed your intro. I wound it back right at when I was watching before, right at the beginning, and I saw the farm sounds.
According
It's
to
called
NATO,
improvisation.
Literally. It's actually a dog. It's not a pig. It's a dog.
It's a
Okay.
bulldog.
I don't know what kind of dog.
Yeah, bulldog, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Staffy. Staffy.
The brain has gone away. It's already finished.
Yeah, no bird.
Yeah, I think,
That's the bird on the nest.
the bird brain, he just disappeared after an hour or something.
Right. Well, I'm sorry we were rebel streaming. I didn't
Oh,
mean
hang
to
on.
do that. Didn't know who
We've
you
just
were.
got BA in the house. BA is sitting in his car.
Hey,
in the
everybody.
house.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
How are you?
Good.
Sup, BA?
Absolutely awesome.
Just popped on to show
Thanks
my
for coming
support.
in.
Thank you.
I'm just on my way back from Ireland.
Oh,
Nice.
how was
Back
that?
to the
How was
UK.
that trip?
A lot of driving.
How was the weather for you?
Very wet. Very wet.
Oh, yeah.
Non-stop raining.
So you
That's-
survived, right? It's all good.
We're at the port waiting for the ferry. And then I've got a 5-hour drive back to London.
So how
Oh,
long is the
God.
actual ferry ride?
3.5 hours.
Oh, well, it's quite far then.
Well, I didn't think it'd be that
Yeah,
far.
it's-
That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that long.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too
I guess
bad.
because
It's a
it's
good
bigger than
journey.
the English. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say, I guess it's longer than or wider than the English Channel, right? If you was going from
I think the
UK
English
to-
channel was 21.5 miles. I'm
Yeah,
not
so it's
sure
nothing.
about the Irish channel.
Yeah.
We're down southwest. So we got on the ferry at southwest to the southwest of Ireland. You can go from Liverpool, Holyhead, I think, to Northern Ireland. I think that's a shorter ferry trip. This one's slightly longer. It's easier for us to get to.
And those ferries are not
But
the
it's been
fastest
good.
things
It's been
around.
good. It has been good. So how's everything with the channel after all the shenanigans?
Oh,
What shenanigans?
Um,
What shenanigans?
what
This stream's
shenanigans?
been wonderful.
This stream's been absolutely perfect. As
Yeah,
most,
this one,
most
This one,
afternoon UK time streams generally are pretty calm. This time of day, it seems to be the other
Yeah,
one.
it's been
that's
nice. It's been a nice stream, I think, guys, hasn't it? We enjoyed it.
Bloody oath.
Yeah. You know, we're
Did
up
you eat
to,
any
I think,
Easter
60
eggs?
odd viewers before, and it's pretty good.
I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit of Archie's and Tim shows in the evening. They've been blowing gaskets for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah, they've
I
all
don't know
been
what's
blowing
going on.
gaskets.
Things going on that even I don't know. It's going up at senior level. I'm just a corporal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
on
any,
too late. I can't do the AC3 show. It's just on way too late for me.
Yeah, it's too late for me. UK time.
It's
Polish
too
time.
early for me. It's
Not-
silly time.
Too
I'm
early
an
for
hour
me.
ahead, so
5
it's
o'clock
even
in the morning.
worse than me.
Yeah, this is a great time for me. I can get on. I haven't been on because I've been gallivanting around. I think we've covered the whole of Southern Ireland now.
Awesome.
Well, that's what I was hoping, that we
Nice.
cover Europe and the UK with this time slot. That's why I was trying to run these slots to pick you guys up,
Yeah,
in the
fine.
UK, Ireland, Europe.
Yeah,
And,
and
it's a
then
good
you
time
start
because
picking up the US
Asia
now
is
as well.
going to sleep as well.
Yep, and you start picking up the US. because on the East Coast it's now 11 a.m.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
What we wearing today?
Bluesy
Like
here.
as usual.
Bluesy?
I'm wearing
Yeah.
t-shirts,
Got me.
some underwear.
Shorts, t-shirt.
I'm wearing my
sluggers.
blackie and goldie.
Well, as I've been
It's a
travelling,
bluesy without a blue dial and bezel.
GMT on. Where are we? GMT.
Noise.
I haven't changed it though, so I haven't changed any time zones. But as it's a GMT and I'm travelling, it was a good watch to put on.
Have you eaten any Easter eggs or anything like that?
No, a couple of the hotels had boxes with Cadbury's cream eggs.
Oh,
Nice.
I love those.
I've been taking the odd handful of them each time I go in and out.
My son
Wait, they were
got a
giving them
whole
away
pile
for
of-
free?
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah! I'd be filling up.
yeah.
Yeah, we're taking the whole
I think
damn
I
tray.
missed out this morning. On the way up, my wife said that they were giving away full size Easter eggs, but I didn't take any. But I took a handful of the cream eggs as I went in last night
Yeah,
and the night
cream ones-
before, and the
cream
night
ones
before
are
that.
the best.
Yeah, I've only had one though. The kids and my wife eat most of them.
My kid got a ton of chocolate eggs, and I asked the missus a couple of hours ago, "Did you get any of those cream eggs or those caramel ones?" She go, "Nah, I couldn't find any." It's like, God damn it, Easter's ruined.
Dodger,
it
how was
me?
your man with hypothermia?
Pardon?
How was the man with hypothermia? Was he okay?
He's all right, yeah. He's warmed it up, got him some clothes, spent the night in bed, and the guy who's responsible for him has collected him. We're going to do a welfare check on him maybe the next couple of days to make sure he's not there under duress.
So where did he come from?
A city
He just
about-
fell in the river.
Yeah, he's sitting about 50 kilometres away, but he's been working up as a slave to this guy up at this palace where he just feeds. He's an alcoholic, he's an addict. He just feeds him beer and food, and he gets him to work as a plumber. He's 72.
Oh really?
With
Blimey.
lots of underlying health issues, extremely high blood pressure. And he's got no medication with him here. It's crazy. It can be a bit hard in Eastern Europe. A bit hard.
Where are you, Dodger?
I'm in Poland.
Oh. I thought you was back in the UK.
I was on jury service, but my services were not required. I wore my Seamaster, my James Bond Seamaster, on a Majesty's service, and then I was told that 006 was taking up my duties instead, so I was surplus to requirements. And they said they'd give me an honourable discharge from jury service.
Oh.
And there's a long
That was a waste
story
of
about
trip.
how I
Did
got
they
back
pay
to
for your
Poland.
trip?
Sorry, it just died. I'm probably in a bad signal out here.
Does that mean you can be recalled, Dodger?
You can if apparently the computer chooses from the electoral register at random.
Okay, so you've been sort of chosen and then discharged, and then you could be chosen again.
Yeah. But I don't know
Wow.
if the computer's given a bit of time to lay off me for a couple of years. I don't know. I don't know how it works, if they're going to drag me out again.
Chili Badger's just asking, did you have to pay your fare to get there?
Yeah, everything. They didn't even pay for lunch. They'd pay the
Good
bus
God.
ticket. But because I don't work, I can't claim. Because I don't work, I can't claim any loss of any earnings. I don't earn.
That's a bit rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is very rough.
But I'd already put it off and I had to go because it's over between £1,000 and £5,000 fine. It's like being a criminal yourself. If you don't go, you don't respond.
Probably a
to
bigger
us.
fine than the crook gets when he gets found guilty. Oh, I've got a bug just flying in. So I'm going to mute
It's a bit
myself.
crazy when you don't even live in the bloody country.
Well, I do. I live in both. You see, that's me.
Yeah.
Just the COVID has made me stay here a bit longer than expected, you know. Plus, I had a very bad accident that put me in. I wasn't able to walk for a while. I went for physiotherapy, so I've been recovering here and keeping away from COVID. So that's why I spent probably more time here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? I'm a nomad.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, COVID
Yeah.
don't seem here.
Nomadic. But the weather's getting better, so it'll be great. Get down to the lake, go tan. Brilliant.
Shit.
Be careful if you're driving. Sure, and roses don't catch you.
Oh,
Well, scuffers. It's scuffers. You call them scuffers where you are, roses. Scuffers. The scuffers.
the cars are so small.
Yeah,
It'll be all right here. You could have a horse and cart.
Yeah.
Push bike.
They're easy to get off and onto.
But the roads out here are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Everywhere I've been, I've done some couple
Thanks,
of few hundred
Marvin.
miles every day. Fantastic. Smooth, well built, drainage, really good. No maniacs.
Good.
Nice.
Best place to, well, it's the best place I've drove to date. Mm. Right, they're coming back. They're coming back. I'm going to love you and leave you.
Right,
I'll
mate.
catch
Be
you again
careful where you
later.
drive there.
Cheers. Safe trip.
Watch out for the
Take it
scuffers.
easy.
Thanks for having me.
Safe trip.
Bye bye.
Next
Take it
time.
easy.
He's a thoroughly nice man, isn't he? Have we had BA on before? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's been on
Has
a
he
couple
been
of
on
times
the
last
listing?
week. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
right.
on a couple of times last week. He
Oh,
was
cool.
on. I'm wondering if he was on. No, he wasn't on when I had my infamous session the other night. I think he was on the couple of days ago on Archie's
Never been on the
stream.
panel. So he's on the panel before.
Yeah, he's been on our panel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm half asleep most. Well, mind you, I'm usually drinking a bottle of wine when I'm on. Well, today I'm sober.
Yeah,
So.
What's going on there, Dodger? It's Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. You're not meant to be sober.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. I'm afraid I've got to wait till 6 o'clock my time before I'm allowed to drink. Well,
I
allow
usually wait
myself
till
to-
5. My time is usually 5, but hey, the way I see things, I'm on holiday at the moment.
You're on
so-
holiday, yeah, exactly. I'm the same.
Yeah.
Holiday, it's 11. It's 11.
I'll bite my tongue.
It's a bit early for me. 11.
11 a.m.
I did do. I think it was 12:30 yesterday, day before. I can't remember what day.
No, I poured a dream at 10 o'clock this morning with Archie.
Ah.
And that was
That's-
after
that's-
4 hours sleep, and I didn't stop drinking till 5 in the morning. I was streaming last night.
Well, you can where Archie's concerned, you're allowed to start as when Archie has a dram, you can have a dram. That's the Archie experience.
Anytime's dram time.
Yeah. Spanner. Someone wants a spanner. Does someone want a spanner? I don't know.
Yeah, they're
What are we up
$100
to now?
each.
So I think someone said there should be 200.
Well, on the grey
100
market,
if
they're
you're
going
a regular.
150 with a 10% transfer fee.
Yeah. And if you want box and papers, it's 5K.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, it's a bit more of
Absolutely,
box and paper.
absolutely. And if we don't know your name, well, you've really just got to super chat us.
Yeah, there's a list.
If I tell you what, if you super chat $200 now, I'll rent you up.
No, you're getting the waiting list.
Oh well, there is that waiting list. That's a good point. But hey, we could allow some people to jump the queue with as sufficient as super chat.
Yeah, I think an
200
immediate
probably
super
not.
chat. Yeah, spur of the moment, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
You get put on the
yeah.
VVIP.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Chili Badger, £3.
Chili, thank you,
Wishing
mate.
the panel and chat good times, nothing else. Thank you so much, Chili Badger. Thank
Back
you
at
so
you,
much for
mate.
your support.
Back at you.
I'm happy with £3. Normally I get out. So thanks,
There you
Chili.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
only kidding, guys. The guys chip in. So
What's our percentage out of this? I think after
I
Google
think it's
takes it, Archie gets his tax.
no.
God.
What if you count my super chats I gave him in London? Well, I gave him some. Yeah, maybe we're. But hey, it's all great entertainment. It's a space for us, and you can see we just do our stuff here. It's not
Mr.
watch related.
TW, if you Mr. TW, if you send in your name and $20, we'll get you put on the list. We've got to have some sort of administration fee.
Yeah, but if you flip me sort of £10 on the side, you can jump the list, all right?
Yeah. Oh,
light ball.
Light ball, £10. Thank you so much. Dodger, please set up your channel. Issues will keep happening on here. Just don't monetize if you're worried about tax issues. Thank you so much, Light ball.
See, my problem, Light ball, is I would never set up a channel against Archie. No, if I did, we actually did. We got into trouble we did set up Dodgers Den, and then we were invited by Archie to use this channel. But some people, I don't know. It's like we had to explain it was done because we didn't know we had access to here. Well, obviously yeah. Sharky, you explain it better than me. I mean,
well, we were in the process after being exiled and cast adrift. We thought, okay, well, we have to do something ourselves just to keep our small group together.
Yeah.
And then Archie, without us even saying anything, really, gave us this platform.
Place. Yeah.
And the rest is really history from there. I'm not going to get involved in it. I don't think we need to rehash all the dramatics of the past couple of weeks.
No, but some people ask, right, I've set up Dodgers Dungeon here, you see, that's what it says, Dodgers Dungeon. I know what it's saying, Light ball, thanks to the £10, it's, there are issues. I don't know where it's all going. Funny things are happening. I put my foot in it, not knowing See, if you don't... See, Archie's show is that late at times. I have to... I'd have to start really late, so I'm not up to date with everything that happens. And if I'm not aware of something, then I don't know that something's a problem, and this is it. And yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. If I say things, I get into trouble. So yeah, hang on. I'll mute myself. Hang on.
The clean break is needed. Same problems will keep arising with these DOSes in the background. It's really, what can we say? We don't want to rock the boat, so to speak.
Yeah. Talking of which, my neighbour's coming up to collect a boat, so I'll have to jump off in a bit.
Right. Chili Badger PS looking at buying an Explorer 2 Polar Circuit 2019 today. What would you pay up to? God, I have no idea.
Well, I've not really looked at the Explorer, to be honest. I'm not up to date with the prices.
Yeah,
no, neither.
I mean, have a look at Chrono 24, I guess, give you a guide.
Yeah.
Maybe knock a little bit off that. It just depends on where you're going to get it from, I think. I can't really answer the question because I don't know enough.
And it's changing so rapidly, it's hard to keep track of all the prices.
I kind of get confused because there are talk about the grey market dropping down now at the moment. So
yeah, there's been rumours that it's kind of flattened a bit.
Yeah. How true that is. I mean, look, I'll just see if I can do something. I'll just for the sake of not an argument, but wrong word. What am I looking at?
Discussion.
Oh, hang on. I've got to type this with big fingers on a little phone. Rolex Explorer.
But I do like the Explorer 2. I've got to say, I do like it. So
Rolex Explorer 2. There we go. Chili Badger, you're in the UK, right? So I'm going to go to watchfinder.co.uk. Yeah, that's fine. I do actually get... Okay. I think he said he was in the UK. £3. Yeah, that looks like... So you're looking... 2019. Okay. We're just looking here straight away. I've got a 2004 with box and papers for £9,500, going up to a 21 box and papers. No, that's not a Polar. Sorry, beg your pardon. Just ignore that one. A 2004, 2015. God, when did they stop making the Polar? Have they stopped? Oh no, I got one here. Polar 2020, if that helps, for £11,600. Box and papers, if that helps.
they're obviously cheaper in the States because TSH is about 11,000 USD.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Watchfinder at the moment, and obviously, you know, because Chili Badger paid in there we go. No worries. Attempted, done the chrono. Have a look at Watchfinder as well. They're owned by Richmond. I've when I first got involved, I signed up for Watchfinder. They're I think another pretty good resource, which I think is underutilized in the UK. Certainly, I know they send them everywhere, and they got a few of them.
Could always hit Spencer up at BQ as well.
And go to Spencer at BQ. I think he's an Archie. Yeah, okay, Chili, you're in Brighton. Have a chat to Paul Thorpe. He's a watch dealer that's not a. Yeah, he might be able to track one down for you. He's a watch dealer that's not a watch dealer anymore, apparently.
Nico as well. There's Nico.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there's plenty of places in the UK which you can go to. You know, you don't have to use Chrono. I don't know what sort of commissions Watchfinder would have. I would imagine they're fairly hefty, but they can't be too hefty. Chrono 24, I think, is reasonably hefty. That's obviously if you're selling. So there's always that premium on there. But that probably as a seller, a buyer, I beg your pardon, probably doesn't matter too much. But there you go. Chili Badger. Yes, Spencer. He's met Spencer a couple of times. There's your answer, I think. See what he's got. There we go. It's all gone quiet now. I said too much, and I don't know nothing about watches.
It's okay. I've got to go. I've got to go. I'm going to find a water pump. The boat's full of water over the winter. It's filled up with water. So I've got to pump all the water out before we can move it. Yeah. And the tyres.
That's never a good thing
on the trailer. So
well, I can keep it going for another. I can go till 5 o'clock GMT. It's another 31 minutes if you want me to. Otherwise,
it's up to you, Shiroko. But as I say, guys, I'm going to have a few days with Mrs. Dodge. So later on in the new week, I'll be back with this kind of slot.
Yeah,
it's a bit Aussie mates.
All right, mate.
Slot. And everybody else European.
Actually, no, I can't do.
Guys. Thanks for everybody.
I can't do half an hour. I can do another 15 minutes if that helps.
Can everybody that's
Cheers,
been on,
Dodger.
all you guys, thank you very, very much. Bye.
Take it easy,
Cheers,
Dodge.
Mate. Bye.
So here we go. 216570. I don't need anyone got a spare root beer. You can have it list. Go and ask Mike the Snake. He wants one.
He's definitely on the hunt for a Rudy.
Yeah, he keeps telling us. I'm sure. I'm surprised he's not already here. actually. I thought he would have been here by now because we haven't seen him today. Unless he's driving to San Francisco to finally get into to see an AD this week, because he's been talking about that for the past 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, he did say that was coming up soon.
Yeah, well, it's been next week, I think.
Yeah.
So who knows? Unless, of course, something's happening with Blondie.
No, I think that's not
Groundhog Day, you probably got it at the right time from the sound of things. Lux has gone to sleep, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even sure where Lux is, to be honest.
You there, Lux?
Chili Badger, I'll just say, when you get that itch, it starts to get expensive.
Yeah. I'm looking at whiskey. I've got the whiskey itch.
I took a photo. I sent it to someone the other day. I don't know if they passed it on to you, Ken. Let's see if I still got it on my phone. I think I did. I went through and deleted the whole thing. I thought of you. I was in a pub the other day. And no, I've deleted it. Yeah, no, I deleted it. It was basically behind the bar of this pub, this little traditional pub here. And they had one section and it was just whiskies.
Nice.
Which I took a photo of. I wonder I might still be. Thanks, Chili Badger. If I get to the South Coast, Brighton area, I'll take you up on it. I'll probably even buy you one back. How's that? I'm not sure if this trip I'll have the time. We'll see how we go. Let me see if I can find that photo. Oh, God, my phone just died on me. There we go. There we go in a WhatsApp. I know it's in WhatsApp.
Yeah, you can quite often in those little bars find some really epic old dusty bottles sitting on the shelf that just...
Oh, this had heaps of them. The problem is with this WhatsApp group that I'm looking through now, there's like 1 million messages every day. What day am I on at the moment? Oh, no. I'm not sure. I could have gone past it. What day was I there? I've got to find out what day. Yesterday. Oh, my God. I've gone through about 3 million. Just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Okay, that's Wednesday. What day was it? If I can find the photo, I'll just show you now. I can't remember what day I was in that bar.
Yeah, I've got to move all my bloody whiskey. As well as
you know the easy way to do that, don't you?
Drink it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 3 round of bottles in 2 weeks. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, you might maybe have a party.
That's going to be a pretty full-on party. Well, I want the party at the new place. Photo.
Okay, nice. I'm going to fire up my cam. It's going to be pointing at the ceiling, and then put myself full screen. And I don't know if you'll see this.
That look like some old Pultneys up the top.
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff there. Just trying to stop the glare. I'm using it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
How's
that looks like old Pultneys up the top left. Yep, old Pultneys actually all up the top there. Recognize that bottle anywhere. Oh, there's some Japanese stuff there.
Some Japanese stuff down the bottom, I think.
Yeah, no, the middle shelf. Middle shelf's all Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Stuff. Some Hakushu, Habiki. Down the bottom in the middle, that's a Japanese bottle. I don't know what that one is on the bottom right. That's a Toki in the middle right. Yeah, nice. Nice little collection there.
It was pretty cool little pub, this.
And they look like some of the older old Pultneys up the top there. That's a nice old Pultney.
I've got absolutely no idea about whiskey. I'll be honest with you. It's not a drink that I particularly enjoy. and for some reason, each to their own, though, Ken.
Oh, most definitely. I always say there's always a whiskey out there for someone who doesn't like whiskey, because there's such a wide breadth and flavour, and
that's the thing. You got to find it. I mean, I'll drink a bourbon or something, I find that.
Well, that's the thing. If you like bourbon, I've got some really nice bourbons, and there's some really nice whiskies, scotches that similar to bourbon, that flavour profile. So yeah, I can definitely hook you up with a whiskey, aka scotch, that would be in that flavour profile, no problem at all.
Yep.
But saying that,
great, I found,
there's so many other things I like drinking as well as just whiskey.
Well, I tend to stick to beer. I'll have a cognac every now and again, and I with a cognac I just stick with Remy Martin, to be honest. That's my cure-all. I've always drunk that as far back as I can remember, and but that's only a once in a blue moon. I'll take a couple of slugs of that, just stick it in a glass. In fact, I must have a look around my sister's cupboards. There must be some decent balloon glasses left over from my dad here. If I could get back home, it would be kind of nice to have one. And if I'm not drinking beer, generally I'll just have a little Captain Morgan's Old Spiced, mixed in with some pine coconut juice, which really,
that sounds
on a hot
interesting.
day, it's a really nice, and a decent slug. I don't like to drown it out with the mix, but it makes a nice refreshing drink in the summer, especially.
Yeah, I'm thinking it would be. I've never tried it with coconut. That sounds
pine. So it's basically a blend of pineapple juice and coconut juice.
Yeah.
You buy it at Woolies or Coles or something.
I think I know the one. Yep.
Yeah. It really just
nice tropical drink.
Anyway, it is. It's a tropic, and hey, I live in the tropics, so
yeah, bloody oath.
That's a good excuse anyway. But, guys, I'm gonna probably end the broadcast in about 7 minutes, something like that. NATO, a yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Absolutely.
Oh, you might like, if you like that. Yeah, if you find yourself a I'm having a brain fart. It starts with P. I think it's the pineapple version. It's not Pillars. What is it? Yeah, it starts with P, but it's the pineapple one. It tastes like you're biting into a pineapple. It's a nice rum. There's also Dead Men Fingers. They do a coconut rum. I had a sample of that years ago, which it comes in a white bottle. And they also do a pineapple and a mango and a hemp and a chocolate.
I was once told about a friend of mine. I helped him sail his catamaran across from American Samoa back to Queensland many years ago, and him and his wife had lived in American Samoa. They stopped there as a stop, and then ended up staying there for like 3 years. I'm not going to say exactly what sort of job she was, but very high up in legal, and he was working in a manager of one of the tuna factories there, and he was telling me about they actually brew beer out of coconuts.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he said, "Give it a go," and I went, "Yeah, right." I'm too lazy. I try not to be too lazy to actually drive to the bottle shop and grab some, but that's about as much work as I need to do to get some beer.
Yeah. Plantations is one of the things. Plantations, so it's Plantations Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Rum. It's about $65.
How about Captain Morgan and Bitter Lemon? That's different.
Yeah. My missus, she'll do Captain Morgan and what she normally have. She does the bourbon with the ginger. Normally she just grabs the pre-mixed cans of the Captain Morgan, but we got a couple of bottles of the Captain Morgan that just sits there. But that plantation's pineapple is very tasty.
Yeah, those bloody little Alco Pops, those pre-mixed bloody cans, they can be a bloody a worry sometimes. They are
dangerous. And Jameson brought out a lemon and Jameson, which is pretty fucking tasty.
Oh my God, yeah. I've seen them here. I've never seen them here before, but I've noticed this trip. It's 3 years since I've been here. This trip I started noticing in the fridges, because it's really good here. You go to the supermarket, you buy your food, and on your way through, you'll see, like I see boxes of Stella on special, and I'm always picking up a 10-pack. And, you know, you can buy all your booze in the same place as you buy your food.
Yeah,
they don't segregate it all. I don't know why Australia does that.
I think it's because of the taxes and the licensing and the rate. You know, you got to be 18 plus and all that bullshit.
Yeah, but you still, even here, you still got to be 18 plus to buy your.
I know you still.
Alcohol,
yeah, exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
So it's not that hard to enforce that law. And let's be fair, between Coles and Woolworths, they own pretty much every fucking pub and bottle shop in Australia.
Yeah, and you go into the supermarket, the fucking bottle shop's right in there anyway, right next to it.
Absolutely. So why they can't just join them together? It would just, you know, really make life easier. As I say, what was it? Dan Murphy. I mean, that's the biggest bunch, and that's Woolworths.
Yep.
It'd be great if I could just because I always, you know, if I need to go shopping and when I'm home, I drive into Bundy, and that's about 25-minute drive by the time I've driven in and parked. So I always call in. I don't do it very often, but I always call in and I load up the boot of the car with as much Stella as I can put in there and leave room for food. And then I've got to do a separate drive to the supermarket. You know, it's just a pain in the ass. Why they can't just bloody put it all together? And I know a lot of people would think the same.
Yep.
You know,
yeah, we don't have any Dan Murphys here, but exactly the same thing. We don't have Dan Murphys here, but most of the shopping centres, you know, you got Coles and you got the bottle shop right there, or Woolies, you got the bottle shop right there. But if you want something a bit out of the ordinary, you have to go to a specific bottle shop. It could be, like you say, the other end of fucking town.
Yeah. I mean, Dan Murphy. You don't have Dan Murphys in WA? Well, you must do. It's the West Farmers.
Oh, in WA, but not where I live.
Yeah.
You know, the closest
not where you live.
450 k's away.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a big trip. You need to take a van.
Yeah.
They do deliver.
They do, but but I got to pay the fucking shipping. I quite often buy something from them. You know, if I want to get something I can't get here. Liquor Barons and Thirsty Camel. Yeah, I don't have either of those. I got Celebrations.
Celebrations is, again, that's Woolworths, Dan Murphy.
Yep. And then BWS, and then
BWS is Woolworths.
And then what's the other one? Yeah, I got 3 Celebrations, a couple of BWSs, and what's the fucking other one? Oh, Liquorland.
Liquorland is Coles. So you basically got 2 outlets of Woolworths under different branding.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
one Coles. I mean, it's why wouldn't they just amalgamate the whole lot into one decent sized store? It'd be, you know, it's crazy.
That's what I mean. You go into the mall and the shopping center's right there. You got fucking Coles or whatever, and the bottle shop is right. Like you literally walk out the checkout and just walk straight into the bottle shop.
Yeah, and I guess one's attached to a pub.
There's a few of them attached to a pub. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll find like you do very often see. I know when I'm in Yeppoon in Queensland, when I sail up there, most of the bottle-os, if you go to if you go there, I'm just trying to think. There's 1, 2, 3 that I can think of just at the top of my head that are attached to a pub, like at the back of the pub and the drive-throughs.
Yep.
And they are there's BWS, which means they own the entire pub. Thirsty Camel, I think Thirsty Camel by memory is, might be wrong on that. I think it's Woolworths as well. That's easy to find out. But Liquorland certainly is Coles.
And then BWS is Woolies. Yeah.
And BWS again, yeah, that's definitely Woolworths. And I do know of one pub where I do frequent, or at least I frequent the Bottle O. Usually when I get the courtesy car from the marina, because I never got my car there. Yeah, so you know, just the nearest Bottle O from the marina when I'm up there. The nearest Dan Murphy's is friggin' 90 minutes drive away. You know.
Yeah.
And the courtesy car means I've got to actually hire a car to bloody go to that, which is just bullshit. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Like the local bottle shop is 10 minutes away.
Yep.
And they've got a good
TW, Mr. TWA homebrew, 100% proof mixed with tap water. I think that's how you dilute it, isn't it?
Yep.
Not into distilling. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's
guys,
homebrew.
It's 4:46 p.m. GMT. I think I better get off this, or I'll get into a bit of shit. And yeah,
Stay
getting
safe.
late where you are, I imagine. You stay safe. Lux is, I guess, asleep. I've forgotten he's here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost midnight here.
Yeah, so I'm going to play an outro, and we'll all talk again soon. Dodgers Den in the dungeon. Is out. Dodgers out. Badger's gone. Badger's run away. So we'll talk soon, eh? Let me find some outro music. Where are we going to go?
Cheers, everybody.
Should we have? Is that the Gamba? I don't even know what the Gamba is. I've got to watch some of these. I think we'll just have let's have an Archie Luxury intro. They're always good.